Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 185, baby, presented by Hair Club.
For men and women.
Speaking of which,
my hair looked like shit the other
Put
day.
a hat on. Put a hat on.
Very nice.
Well, I'm sorry.
Is it bad right now? No.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Why would you be
that.
so mean off the bat? No, you're not editing that out. I need people
no,
know
you
what the
edit
fuck.
that out.
No, you're not doing that,
Yeah,
Brody.
you may have to edit that.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
And here's what the
I'm
fuck.
not trying to hair
I know what
bully
you're. No,
you
you
dude.
just fucking bully me. And here's the deal. I had to be the drummer boy the otother day.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
I had to be the drummer boy. And the day before, so last night I went to the game. I hit the drum.
Explain what that is, dude.
Okay.
Because my people, and they are my people, they reach out to me on a daily basis, and I absolutely love the connection I have with those in Saskatchewan. The people in the truck,
they like me.
They don't know what's going on with the drum exactly.
So the Blues have everybody does something for playoff games. Like they'll have like an alumni do, not Andy, but alumni do something. Like Holly got the crowd going. Chaser did something there, and they had Bernie Federico beat the drum and go, "Let's go Blues" before the game started. Yeah. And so they wanted me to do it. And the first time I didn't want to do it. But then I'm like, I'm taking my parents to the game, or my wife's parents. So I'll hit the motherfucking drum.
Like
so
you think that they'll think you're cool or something if you're doing that?
What? So stupid.
You are a circus
I'm the drummer.
clown.
I'm a fucking, that's what it is. I'm a goddamn circus clown. Everything I do is fucking embarrassing.
Okay, can I break this down?
Yeah. No, wait, let me say something right quick.
Yeah.
Or you chirp my fucking hair, and I got to get to that point. I'm such a loser in so many different ways. I wore my suit there.
What is he doing? Why does he have a suit on?
Because I feel like I'm important then.
Oh my God.
Is it pathetic? It's pathetic.
It's like your first communion
Yeah,
suit.
it's like I'm wearing a suit. Look, everybody that's important that wears suits, look, I'm with you. No, I'm not. I'm banging fucking drums. And so the day before, I got to get my goddamn haircut. It was getting long, and the longer it gets, the more bald I look. Mm-hmm. And so I go, Kate and I are cruising around. We're doing our thing, Cinco de Mayo. And I'm like, let me get with my guy. And he wasn't there. These fucking chicks that do my hair, which I hate them, because all they do is talk to me about bullshit. And they don't like focus on the task in hand, which is my goddamn head.
Where are you going to get your haircut?
All over the place. But I go to this old man in Eureka, and he wasn't there. And I was fucking rattled. So Kate had to cut it.
Kate,
did you see the side of it? Carlos Koyakvo's chirping my sideburns.
No.
Look at my goddamn head. It looks terrible.
Why would you have your wife cut your hair?
Because I had nowhere else to go.
Dude, there's a lot of places to
Andy,
go. You
I
don't
couldn't
know
get in.
where to go get a haircut?
I couldn't get anywhere. We didn't have enough time. We had to get down there early. I had to pick our parents up.
Why didn't you wear a hat? Because you always wear a hat.
Because I had a suit on.
Okay, so I'm watching this, and I didn't get to really see it live. I said I caught the end of it.
Yeah.
And actually, somebody from the Blues texted me in the morning and said, make sure you catch this on video. But I completely forgot that you were going to be doing
the one
it. All
thing
of a sudden,
I do, you don't
I'm
even
walking down into the to the studio, and like through the openings, I see on the jumbotron like you're like banging this drum like you're. I mean,
a psycho.
Like a psycho. Well, you were a little psycho too. The way, why were you so aggressive with it?
Well,
and then
the boys
threw like the thing that the mallet.
Yeah.
You literally threw it. You could have hurt.
I could have hurt somebody.
You could have hit somebody in the head.
I could have hurt somebody, but I didn't. I banged the fuck out of that drum.
Too aggressive.
If they want me to do something, I'm fun to do it. I go 100 miles an hour.
I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, I could just like the cringe was just increasing with every time.
I'm a goddamn novelty.
But it was great, dude. People loved it.
No one was good about it. Let me explain.
Yes, and the Blues, you know what? I'm glad they asked you to do it.
They asked me to do
did it.
They're keeping me
and
around.
They get the crowd going.
I know how to get the goddamn crowd. I'm an entertainer, and everybody knows that. Okay.
Yeah. Why didn't you like crush a beer or something like that? Like if you were like an NFL player, dude, you would have crushed.
I only have 2 goddamn hands. I can't hold a beer and do it. I didn't want to be like, hey, let me slam a beer
before you even do it, and because they're waiting to drop the puck, I think, until the video is over.
Yeah,
you could have made them wait for like 20 minutes. You could have been like, hold on, doing it. I'm gonna crush a beer.
I can't do it.
Hit yourself in the side of the head with it.
The one thing I did do in that particular situation, which is such a big deal, hitting the drum, such a big deal. I'm glad I wore a suit.
Well,
I said,
what's the suit for again?
To look the part.
Dude,
just fucking embarrassing.
No, dude, you gotta dress
Andy,
in
I
normal
know.
Clothes.
Well, I thought Frankie Cusimano wanted me to do something afterwards, but
what do you need a suit for that?
I don't, Andy. I don't know. Let me wear a damn suit and look important. Damn, boy, and they actually fit me too, so I felt kind of like I'm such a goddamn loser. But here's what I did do well. Mm-hmm. I go to Caruso, who runs, whatever. I go, I need to wear Bobby's jersey.
I like that.
I go, I don't give a shit about mine. I go, give me Bobby's jersey. So I wore Bobby's jersey, Bobby Plager, and that was kind of cool. And the Blues actually tweeted some out like that was a Cam 55, where's Bobby number 5? They score 5 goals on 5/8, May 8. Like it just all was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That to me, that was cool. Banging the drum, being a fucking rodeo goddamn clown. I'm a goddamn clown.
Then you started like flexing. You were like flexing yourself like a wrestler, like coming out like down the runway.
Everything I do is embarrassing. It really is.
Well, I'm glad you did that. You did a great job getting the crowd pumped up and everything. So great job on that. That was
my hair looked like dog fucked up.
Wonderful.
My sideburns looked fucked up. The bald spot was showing. I should have wore something. I should have wore a goddamn mask. Next time I'm just gonna wear a mask, a full mask, so no one could see anything about me.
Yeah.
God damn. Hair looked like shit. Kate cut it in the goddamn bathroom. And she went a little too aggressive in some parts, and then you got to fix those parts, and then it gets a little bit shorter. My sideburns look like shit, but I was wearing Bobby's jersey. It all evens so.
Dude, my wife would never cut my hair. Like cut it. Like she would like maybe shave it, but she wouldn't cut it.
You got your own goddamn problems swimming in that little dinky ass shirt. He's wearing a medium shirt, and your arms are so fuck tiny.
Yeah.
They're like swimming in those things. Dude, you got to build your arms up a little bit.
Your
arms and your neck and your shoulders, like you got to build that up.
What am I trying to look like? A bodybuilder?
A man? No. a dude that can fit into his teeth. Look, it's getting warm out.
This is a medium.
Andy,
I'm ready for pool season.
You need a fucking small.
I'm like a surfer,
Dude,
like,
no, you're like Kate size. Like it's tiny.
What size is that?
Tiny.
Tiny
Tinyville.
Hey,
just build your arms. That's all good. You chirp my hair. I can't control that.
I know.
You can control your goddamn arms.
Well, I'll start doing some like curls and whatever. I honestly, I will say
it's the easiest thing in the world.
I've taken some time off away from the gym. I was dealing with Jess for a long time, like from Peloton, and doing all her workouts. And
that bitch doesn't know
you. It's funny because she even emailed me recently asking me
where you're at,
where I've been.
The computer, the robot, the robot lady from Peloton that you think you're dating. You're like, look, she's looking at me. No, she's not. She's looking at nothing. She's talking to everybody else but you. You do not have a relationship with your Peloton chick. You don't. She's probably hot, though.
Oh, she's very hot. Very hot.
She's probably hot. I can't deal with that. I can't look at stare at a hot chick the whole time. I'm like, I need some fucking military fucking hardcore some bitch. Get me.
Your parents took you, or they came
down
to the game
my
with
parents
you?
Don't go
or
to
your
no,
in-laws?
My in-laws.
How come your parents didn't come?
My parents don't go to games.
They don't?
Hell nah.
You wouldn't bring them down?
They don't leave the house. My parents stopped going to watch me play. So I started playing the second half of 2008 for the Blues. And my parents started going to the games and all my buddies and stuff. It was the most annoying fucking thing ever for them. My dad cannot handle it. He cannot handle it. People coming up to he's trying to watch a game. For everyone, everybody, his buddies from high school and stuff. But it wasn't even that. It was the dipshit. Everybody's, Cam, you're awesome. Yeah. That one dipshit 3 rows up.
Yeah, but you got to remind them that you're not playing in the game anymore.
No, but they don't leave. They're way older now. They don't leave the house.
They don't want to come to the game?
Hell no. Why would they want to drive down? They
don't want to.
They don't want to. They want to sit there and watch me
Yeah.
bang a drum at home. God, embarrassing. But the point is, that one little dink ball that said, fucking Cam, my dad couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it anymore. And I don't blame him, dude. All the shit that he's seen me go through with all these crazy parents fucking crushing kids when I was young, and the mom's dumping beer on me, and he's got to fucking just do that. He doesn't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
He'd rather sit
No,
at
I
home
get that.
and TiVo it and do your shit.
And you know what else? Dude, COVID's back, by the way. Listen, sources are saying it's back.
Well, whatever.
Somebody from the Today Show has COVID.
Okay, whatever.
And so she's not doing the show
Okay,
today.
whatever.
So that was a surprise to see,
Okay.
she wasn't available.
They want you to get another vax.
And then my son, we get an email last night at the preschool that he's got to wear a mask for the next 5 days.
He can't show.
They
He's got
want
the
to
best smile.
They want to do 5 days and then
fine.
kind of see where things are at for everyone's safety.
But they got to do that with the school system.
Yes.
And like, if
they
I'm
don't want the school to close.
If I'm in control of a school, and I would be like, wear a mask, just because it does nothing.
Would you?
If I was in charge of the school board, you're damn right. I'd say wear a mask.
Why? Just even
to cover
now?
my ass.
To cover yourself.
Yes, to cover my ass, just like they're doing. Andy,
Yeah.
you think there's more scientific reason? No,
Right.
there's not. It's to cover your ass. Well, I had mask mandates in there. Now I'm okay. So I get that. But poor Ty, man, his smile is like fucking, chicks are gonna be fucking swarming him. Now he's gonna be like, oh, but it's okay. It's okay. But you bring up, who cares? Go get vaccinated again. Get it 50 fuck times. Like, just, I look at it like, yes, if you get it, sit back, do your thing. Don't try to, but fuck, man. You thinking about that still? I got my own fuck problems. I don't want to think about it. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, someone from the Today Show
you wanna
has
rock,
it.
How about this?
Someone from the Today Show has it.
I don't give
serious.
a shit about the Today Show. I don't give a shit. And if you guys are complaining, oh, COVID, well, hey, here's statistics.
Well, this is hitting the mainstream.
How about
now.
you go fucking work out, get a little bit of healthier diet, and you're going to be okay.
What about these players that like have symptoms and they tell the team?
Jesus,
can I tell you what's going on around the league today?
Yeah.
Every coach is sitting his players down. If you have symptoms, don't say a damn thing.
No shit. Charlie McAvoy.
I don't want to know.
I might have it.
Well, these guys probably worry about, like, you know, you don't want to be that guy that's going to, like, infect everybody on the team.
Well, you're all vaccinated. Who cares?
Well, you don't.
Look, okay. So, okay, no. They've been in the locker room together. They've been fucking doing it. They've been touching each other for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Now all of a sudden you have it, and you're like, you already infected everybody. It doesn't fucking matter. Play the game. Just play the game. Unless he's so sick. Mm-hmm. But, man, dude, like, in the playoffs, you play no matter what.
I thought, like, I didn't think players would be, and I'm not saying this is what happened. I have no idea how it went down and whatever. But, you know, for players to, like, show up, like, are they really like, hey, can I get a test? Because if I test positive, I'm going to miss the game today, and then I'm not going to be around. Like, how does that go down? How do you lead to a test? Like, that's curious.
I know. Well, it's kind of curious to see, like, if I'm Charlie McAvoy,
because I don't think they're randomly being tested. In fact, like the league right now, everyone's going around the system and like busing across the border.
Get out of there! No shit. People
they're
figured
like,
it out.
if we fly across the border, you got to test us. But if we drive there,
well, yeah, they're cheating.
I'll just drive to
because
Buffalo.
People don't
and
give
then we'll
a
fly
fuck.
to Tampa from Buffalo.
But they don't give a fuck anymore because they know that there's nothing you could do about it.
I think it's kind of funny that they're going around.
Well, it's not funny because it causes other problems for more people.
Well,
because they're like, COVID has been.
I'm saying, there's a loophole in everything.
Live your life.
They find loopholes in contracts, the salary cap, and they got a loophole in the COVID system, the testing.
Well, of course, because it's so ridiculous. Because nothing makes sense. If you get it, be healthy or be safe about it. Just be healthy. Mm-hmm. If you're overweight, I'd kind of be worried. I'd not just worry about COVID. I'd just worry about your fucking heart or your arteries clogged. Lose weight, man. Like be healthier and all these different things that are probably going to keep going for our whole life, man. Different little variations of different things. The bottom line is, if you're healthier, you're going to be safer. That's it.
Yeah. So listen, I got a company that's looking to make my own like barbecue rub real quick. Are you in? Are you in or you out?
What are you going to put it on?
Are you in? Because I can call it my own name, or we can like do this together.
I want nothing to do with you when it comes out.
Why, dude?
Because it's embarrassing. You think I'm embarrassing hitting this goddamn
drum? It's going to be on the shelves. So.
No, it's not.
Well, are you in or you're out? Just tell me real quick.
I'm out, dude. I told you. I'm not teaming up with you with barbecue fucking seasoning. You don't even get on with yourself, dude. What are you going to put it on? Pineapple?
Listen, actually, in all seriousness, I picked up a bunch of shit this past weekend. Like
what?
Steaks and stuff. Steaks and a lot of seafood.
Who ate them?
Well, they're in the freezer right now.
Oh, that's cool.
And you know what else I did?
Pick up fresh steaks and put them in the freezer. That's cool.
Dude, I read all about it. You can easily freeze steaks.
It tastes so good. Frozen steaks so good.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with freezing them.
You're damn right there's something wrong. No, they don't, dude. You are so out of touch.
I wouldn't put a frozen steak on the grill. You wouldn't do that.
No,
the only frozen meat, let me just tell the people this right now. The only frozen meat that you can get away with cooking frozen are like burger patties because the meat is spread out evenly.
I'll never go to your house for fucking anything. You don't listen, if you're a real fucking like, I get families, you got to freeze stuff, man. You got kids, you got to save money. I get that. But if you're going to go buy a fat-ass steak, you cook that son of a bitch that night, boy. Mm-hmm. You don't go, I got a good steak. Look at how beautiful the marbling is. Let's put it in the freezer till next week. You don't do that. Mm-hmm. Jackasses do that.
My butcher tells me, like, that's how he talks, dude. He'll be like, I got a beautiful steak for you. Like,
they are beautiful, dude. That's marbling.
The marble. He sees
Have you
eaten
one before?
What steak?
Have you tried a steak?
Oh, sure I have.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Sure I have.
Andy's going to cook me a steak. You're out of your fuck mind.
Dude, you will.
I ain't eating nothing. If you have veggies, I'll pick on your fucking veggies.
So you don't want me to call it...
You cook me a fucking steak.
You don't want me to call it Cam Strick?
No, I want nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you.
Put our logo on there and stuff?
Barbecue. No, nope. Not doing it.
Well.
Do it yourself. Go ahead. Do it yourself.
Can I tell you this, what's changed? I got to let everyone know out there because everyone talks about... well, you got to have one goalie. You know, and like, yeah, in most cases you probably do, but there's something people are forgetting about here in terms of goaltending in the NHL. Not that like I'm some like goalie guru or some goalie expert, okay, but like goaltending's changed so much, Cam. I think it's changed more than any position in hockey, that the days of having like one guy who's way better than the other guy who's on the bench, it's like over. Now, you have a handful of guys who are your elite goaltenders who are the obvious like alpha male, and you always have maybe one guy that you consider the starter, but the days of being like, oh, you just got to commit to one, I just don't see it, man. No, look at how many goalies are playing right now. All these guys, Cam, you get to this level, all these guys are capable of having a great game. You got Louis Domingue like winning playoff games, dude, after eating spicy pork and rice or broccoli.
Carolina, Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's Vasilevsky, who I'm saying he's in an
class
island.
of his own.
You're on your own thing.
Yeah.
Now you could have a $5 million
like no
guy.
One's coming in to take his job.
A $3.5 million guy or whatever it is, and you could balance both. Maybe some guys will play a lot more games or whatever, but no, you got two guys. You got two motherfucking guys.
Because people are like, oh, it's risky for Craig Berube to now bring in Jordan Binnington, because now if he loses, what are you going to do? Go back to Husso? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, exactly right.
Make them both play, dude. It's like the way of thinking about goaltending, it's changed. You can't look at it like you used to in the 80s and 90s, where you had a starter and your backup wasn't very good at all.
Marty's playing 70 games a year. Yeah. Grant Fuhr's playing. It ain't happening.
You're going to tell me Cam Talbot couldn't come in and play well?
He can. Absolutely can. But that's a different situation. Those guys are both making pretty damn good money.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you need to have two guys. And it ain't that big of a deal if one guy comes in. Who cares?
Yeah, but Cam, they're all good.
They're all good.
Even a kid I know out of St. Louis who just played his first American League playoff game. He's been pretty much in the coast. Now he's in the American League. Spent a good portion of the season there this year. First playoff game ever, he gets a shutout. Even in the American League, it's like you get to that level, all these guys are capable of having a good game, dude.
You're right, and you know what? It's all about keeping your game and doing it every other fucking night, okay, with a goalie. Like, you got to be on every goddamn night. Like, some forwards, D, you could take nights off and you can get by. You can't get by having a shitty game as a goalie. Like, I get that. No. The stress is there. But these goalies in the minors and juniors, they just get fucking pushed aside, man. They get set aside because you have one that you have. Mm-hmm. And some of these other goalies are like, maybe I had a couple bad games here because the American League's so fucked up. The East Coast League's so fucked up. You're playing all the goddamn time. The travel's fucked up. Maybe you'll play back-to-back. It's goofy. It's hard to get your rhythm as a goalie. So all these good goalies might be hidden a little bit because you only have two of them. And if one guy's off for a week, you can kind of get slotted down and pushed aside. Oh, look at Jordan Binnington. Where the fuck was he? He had to bounce around. All of a sudden, boom, now he's there. So I don't know, man. I'd hate to be a goalie. I wouldn't want my kids playing goal. But if they do, they get obsessed with it. You got to do what you got to do as a daddy. But I don't know, man. It's a stressful gig, dude.
I see 5-year-old kids and full-on goalie pads and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they're goalies.
Are they at 5?
If they want to be.
Yeah. If that's what they want to play.
If that's what they want to be.
Yeah. Would you have your kid play out, though? Like,
your kid can
learn how to skate and do all that? And
I'd want him to do everything.
Then become a goalie.
I'd be like, what do you want? What's your passion?
It's not like in practice they're facing shots the whole time. They're doing skating drills for half the practice.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy.
With goalie pads on.
Yeah.
And then they're facing some shootouts.
Yeah, I just, it's not fun to me. I like to be in control of the pace.
But you know what I'm saying though about the goaltender? That's it's people have to look at it differently. All these guys are so damn good, man.
They're all good, man. And whoever's hot, you play. So it's not a controversy, dude.
You see what happened to Kemper, dude?
What happened? He get hit by.
We got the stick. All of a sudden, he got the tip of his stick. Went through his mask, dude, and caught him right in the eye. Some people were like, he did that intentionally.
Would stab his eye out intentionally for what?
But they don't think it's going to be as bad as they originally feared,
man.
dude. He was in serious agony. Scary situation.
Man, I tell you what, there's some parity in these playoffs besides fucking Colorado and Nashville.
No, that's the only one that's not.
Nashville. Do something. Get in front of somebody. God damn. I know you had a close game the other day, but fucking hit some guys. Jacob Trouba, McKinnon when his head's down. Man, McKinnon, he's got the puck the whole damn time, but, man, he's got his head down here and there. And there.
Yeah.
He gets a little
too. You can't catch him, though.
Yeah, you can. He gets caught all the time, dude. Jacob Trouba fucked him up because he spins off of you. He's got the puck so much, he's like, catch him. Do something.
I
here
mean,
naturally.
from like behind, like I'm talking about like he's
No,
just
if
so
he's breaking
fast,
away,
yeah.
but when you're in the zone and you're back checking, you know he's going to spin up
Well,
the
you
wall.
got to
Fuck
I
him
know.
up. Take a penalty on it.
But a lot of these guys though, Cam, like Robert Thomas, is the same way. You know he's going to cut back every time, and like they never.
He hasn't had
like,
the puck as much.
No,
he hadn't.
no. Well, there's some games he does, but
No, I know.
McKinnon, dude, is just like
He has it the whole time.
I know. Well, there's like Colorado has it the whole time. Like
God,
they
they're
just
good.
take over these shifts. Every time you see Landeskog play, you forget how good that guy
He
is.
is
Dude.
so good, and he's tough,
He's tough,
handsome,
great leader.
fucking badass, dude.
They just listen. They've got the makings of like they just look like they just can't be stopped
Until they are stopped, or they're not. Like we've seen that.
You
before.
still picking Minnesota in the series? You picked them to begin with.
Nah, I don't remember what I said.
You don't?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want
Dude,
to.
you picked Pittsburgh. Are you sticking with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, well, they're up 2-1
yeah, I know.
when we're recording this. So.
I know they are.
Listen,
that's an awesome series. A lot of goals and stuff.
It is.
The Calgary
Dallas
series is boring. How about that broad?
You can't say that.
Why?
Well, I think that's like an offensive word to
Oh,
use.
I'm sorry. Did you see that chick?
Oh, yeah.
She's always there.
She
And then the
is-
Heat Daddy's getting on her on Twitter.
Was he?
She's like a dirty bird. Like she's been doing that for a
Oh,
while.
my God. Is that what you call her?
What do you mean?
A dirty bird?
She's been doing this for a while now, homie.
Well,
And
what's a dirty bird? Like, I mean,
meaning she just knows what she's doing.
oh, yeah,
She
she
knows
knows.
what she's doing.
She knows, and she's getting the attention.
of course.
She's gotten a wink or two from Sagan. Or something's going, whatever.
Yeah. So why do I have to answer the question? You know what the fuck I'm talking
What'd you
about.
think of Jamie Benn being mic'd during the game? Like, I was like shocked that he would do that in a playoff game. I know your ass was sleeping. You're looking at me like, what the fuck
I
are you
didn't
asking
see that.
me?
What happened with that? Did he say anything dumb?
Kind of. He was just like chasing Matthew Tkachuk around. Maddie, I'm here if you want it. Maddie, here I am.
Kind of sound nerdy.
No, it didn't sound nerdy, but if I'm him, I don't want that to be picked up. I'd rather not be mic'd and just let me do my thing on the ice without.
Especially when you're egging guys on and it's not working.
Right, he's not fighting you.
Right?
Right?
He piss pumped somebody the other day.
Well, Klingberg, he doesn't fight.
Why'd that go down?
They
Because he
just been
rocked.
going at it.
Good.
He rocked Klingberg in game one.
They got piss pumped.
And then, that's okay. Yeah, he did. Raffle.
It's not okay.
Raffle.
It's not okay. I don't know why you say that's okay.
Yes, it's Matthew. So
No,
I say
because he's going to
okay.
get caught
Yeah.
with a fucking left bomb from that
Yeah.
raffle dude, and he just kind of got ragdolled.
Well,
I just don't like to
he
see
did
it.
a little bit. Well, see, Matthew.
Well, he didn't do anything.
That's the thing, though. Like, he's not a.
Well,
I don't think he had a fighting major all season long.
He's not a good fighter by any means, but
You can double check that. He only had like 50-something penalty
that's
minutes.
fine. But I'm just you don't take a fucking left
Well, no,
bomb.
you're
to
right.
the
You're
chin,
right.
dude.
You're right. And you've told him that
Told
before.
him that before. It's straight to
Okay,
his face.
so but the Klingberg, whatever. Klingberg had only had. I love it, man. When guys who don't
You're
traditionally
right.
fight, all of a sudden they're going at it.
fuck
You know what
this.
gets their bench going?
Yeah, 100%.
And Klingberg's got a good look, man. You watch him play, you're like, damn, this guy is so damn good.
fucking right, he's
And
good. And
I don't
Haskell.
understand why he's been a little inconsistent though. Like,
He wants out, doesn't he?
I feel like his brand. Does he work out?
No, he wants out.
Oh, I was gonna say, do I work out?
Oh, Andy, your arms are so goddamn tiny.
Oh, he wants out. Yeah, he wants,
Wants
out,
out.
of there.
Of Dallas? Okay. You want out of Dallas?
I don't know.
Where are you gonna go?
Well, I'm not saying he wants out of Dallas, but
Didn't he say
obviously
he wanted
they're
to
not
trade?
paying him. Yeah, because they're not going to offer him what he wants.
Yeah,
You
but
got
you
Ben
deal with
Bishop
that.
like playing golf with like who's the guy who just won the Masters? Scheffler.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scheffler.
yeah.
The number one golfer. You know nothing about golf, dude.
No, I do.
No, you know
Oh, I'm not a
nothing
good
about
golfer.
golf. Scheffler.
I'm just not good at anything.
I think he's the number one golfer in the world. And Ben Bishop was just golfing with him.
cool.
Yeah. So, you can play a
look,
lot of golf.
Ben Bishop's joined like the most prestigious course in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Belle Reve.
Uh-huh.
Like he's there. Like he's a golfer. He's got money.
Yeah.
Mommy and daddy got a little bit of money. You get into those kind of fucking things. They wouldn't even look at me if I tried to go in there. Even if I won the lottery, they'd be like, I don't know about
Really?
you.
You think they just tell you, hey, you got to leave?
St. Louis Country Club?
Yeah.
You got to know generation shit.
Oh, I know.
there.
Dude, honestly, in all
You don't know anything.
I know a number of people there, and I've been asked
What
to
do you
golf
look like
there.
with a golf shirt on, too? My God.
Dude, really good, actually.
Just build your arms up a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'll do some curls. I have some
Fuck.
dumbbells that I can.
Yeah,
Laurie has some I can use.
Yeah, the purple ones. Get those.
They are purple.
I know they are. For children.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I
it's all
can't believe
good.
you're chirping that.
You chirp my hair, and the way I hit the gong, I'm chirping your arms. Is
Okay,
what it
so
is.
Calgary. What did I say?
Yoink.
First off, what did I say about two different teams? What did I say about Calgary and Florida, dude? I said
I don't know. What'd you say?
Jesus
Christ.
I said I don't trust either team. Florida.
Florida.
I went back and looked at a bunch of the games they played down the stretch, and listen, I don't think they had everybody dressed when they gave up 10 to Montreal, right? the last game of the season.
Montreal's coming in hot.
But they gave up like 6 to New Jersey, 6 to Toronto, 8 to Tampa Bay. I mean, dude, they were just giving up a lot of goals down the stretch in the regular season. And, now you got a question mark in goal if Bobrovsky's going to be able to go. Apparently he didn't skate in their most recent practice or whatever. So
that series doesn't bother me because I like
But all
Florida.
I'm saying is, and Florida still may win the series.
They might, dude.
But all I'm saying is you can see a little bit of trends late in the season. You're like, okay, does this team look like a Stanley Cup winner, or do they look like a team that can maybe get out of the first round and then they're going to hit a dead end at some point?
Sometimes it's weird when you play like a Pittsburgh or Washington, dude. When you got superstars like that, this is a tough. It's a tough.
Dude, they got that
matchup.
swag, Oshie, the way he's playing right now.
I know it's a tough matchup, dude. That's why Malkin and fucking Sid the Kid doing his thing. Like it's like that sucks to get matched up against guys like that, teams like that, man.
Yeah, but New York's they got Panarin and some of these guys too, man.
I know.
I like that's a hell of a series. You look at all these series. We're gonna have like more game 7s than like in the first round than I can remember.
Parity, man. I know, and I like New York, dude. They're fast. Like that Kreider could fly. They got Reavers still.
They hang on to the puck. That Adam Fox makes it look.
He's
so
awesome.
Easy.
They're fun to watch, man. They're a cool team. I want them to be successful. I like teams that are loud and cool and fucking the Rangers. You're in New York. Like, it's good for hockey. Panarin's cool. He'll high kick you in the head and decapitate you.
Listen.
When he scores.
And I got to tell the Toronto people, Toronto was growing on me early in the series and whatever, Okay.
Okay.
And then they lose. But everybody's got to stop, like, flip-flopping. Like, they put them on such a pedestal when they win, and then they lose. Dude, they just crush them. So mentally, I think they make it so draining on these players too, Cam. Like, I mean, you can avoid that, but it is what it is. That's why it's a playoff series. You're playing the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Like, did you think you're going to come in and win in 4 or 5?
They're not going to win.
Like, there's zero momentum from one game to the next in the playoffs, dude. I always say, like,
Nylander, did you see him the other day?
Every game takes on a life of its own.
Yeah.
So just because you win the previous game doesn't mean you can't get shit stomped the next game.
Fuck yeah.
And don't be fooled. Listen, Cam, when you're winning games and your goalie's still giving up a lot of goals too, man, that's always a concern against a team with that much firepower.
Willie Nylander.
Oh, my God.
In the corner. Oh,
he just pumped the brakes.
And people are like, why would he take a hit like that when it's 5-0? Shut up.
What if, can I ask you a scenario?
I'm telling you, the guy.
What if his shoulder hurts or something?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Get off the ice then.
Okay.
Go take a goddamn
hit. He scored a couple
hit.
of goals in the game.
I know he did, but you go in there and you fucking, ooh, with the Bulls come in, you're like, hey, what's it called? And you're like, fucking
okay, let me ask you
know
this.
What I'm talking about, dude. All the guys on the team saw that, and they're like, go fuck yourself.
I know, because he made it so obvious. Like, you can't make it that
fucking
obvious.
Baby.
There's a way to go into the corner, Cam, and still kind of avoid
Go in there
hit,
and put your
right?
shoulder down and let him come at you.
And spin
Get
off
on
him.
that and hold the puck and wait for people. Get something going.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you're down by 5. Like, you're going to go in there and be like, ooh, I'm not getting, no, fuck you. God, if I was on that fucking team, if I was a coach of that team, Keith, I'd be like, sit your little bitch ass down with your fucking cute ass hair.
To these guys.
Sit the fuck down.
Great hair, by the way.
I don't give a fuck. Sit down, Willie.
Hey.
Fucking baby.
These guys have more power than the coach.
Well, then that's not good.
In Toronto.
That ain't good, then, homeboy. That's on them, then.
Nylander.
That's on them, then.
You give him that type of contract. I mean, what do you expect? It's like you're gonna like sit him down and yell at him.
Fuck yes.
You better be chief or something.
Well, then be chief then. Jesus Christ. Will you let him run the show? Hey, Olay. Is that what it is? Olay. When the Bulls come.
Oh, the Olay?
Yeah. Like, here's the red thing. Oh, that's what.
You just pull it away.
My dad would have fucked me up if I did that.
Didn't his dad play in the league?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, neither.
But his dad's probably like, well, what are you doing? Well, it's down by 5.
He probably is.
I'd be like, whoa. Like, man, the effort needs to be there, dude.
That's why, and everybody, we do this every year, they focus on, they're like, oh, Johnny Gaudreau, he's not scoring again in the playoffs. It's like, neither is this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. Like, they got shut out one game. Mangiapane has I don't think he has a point. Even Backlund doesn't have a point. Like, all these guys that's how you get through playoff series. It's not always about your best players. Like, they're being checked to death. There's no room. It's so tight out there. It's your secondary players that get you through a playoff series, especially in the first round, Cam. You know that. You need your best, especially on the power play, you need your big dogs to step up. I get that. There's no excuse for, like, your best players to get shut down in a playoff series, but it happens. And we've seen it happen year after year.
The whole series, though.
And that's where you're right. At some point, they're going to come through. But that's why you need, like...
Well, that separates the teams then, dude. That's what
That's
separates.
why you need your depth players to show up. And
Totally.
They typically do.
They typically fine.
In terms of the successful teams.
Yeah, but the good teams, the big boys are on. Name me a fucking team that's successful in the playoffs when their big dicks aren't showing up. Name me one. Consistently not showing up. Name me a fucking team that's successful that their big dicks didn't show up. You find a fucking way. Always.
You remember, though.
Always, Andy.
Whether it's Jersey, Anaheim, who was with Paulson and those guys, and Robbie Niedermeyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was
Bowen and those guys.
Oh, yeah, Travis Moen.
Yep.
Those depth players were the ones that all of a sudden, like,
in specific
Claude
games,
Lemieux, like, I mean, these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Claude was a big dog. So, no, you're right.
Because of his playoff success.
You're right. But, like, those guys aren't carrying a team. Like, those are the nights where Sammy Paulson's going to score that big goal because fucking Getsy and Perry are getting rocked.
All I'm saying is you can't rely on your big dogs all the time in the Stanley Cup
But you
playoffs,
need to rely on them a lot of times.
You do.
And we have.
That's why they get paid.
I know.
But what did we say about Johnny Gaudreau? We talked about this, like, with a month left in the season. Like,
he's built like you.
I'm watching. Well, hey. And
he might have bigger arms.
When you're perimeter.
Everybody does.
Like, I watch him he's playing okay. Like, he has the puck, he gets the puck on the rush. He's, a little water bug. He comes in with speed and whatever.
What's not happening?
But he can't get to the net.
Well, funny how that works.
And so he's had a couple breakaways. He had a breakaway last game that he could have made a difference, and he didn't capitalize on the breakaway. Like, listen.
Kaprizov's getting in the net. Like he is.
Oh, fuck. That guy's a tank, dude.
He gets in that, dude.
He's like the smartest player I've seen since, like, Datsuk or something.
He just finds a way to get away from you. He
so
finds a way.
Smart. But when he has nowhere to go, all of a sudden, he just puts a puck, like, cross ice in an area, like, where you see nobody there. But then, there's a Minnesota Wild player coming right into it.
Yeah, he's not throwing it to no man's land.
No.
He's we're a defenseman. He is putting it in no man's land. That's what you want to do. You invite everybody, come at me, look out here, I'm a shiny object. Backhand sauce right to an area, right for a guy going 100 miles an hour. And he knows what he's doing.
Hey.
He doesn't give a shit. He probably grew up in a hardcore fucking Russian military fucking
you don't know
factory.
Where he grew up in Russia. It could have. What if he grew up in
if it's not in Moscow or St. Petersburg, then he grew up in a goddamn hellhole. That's what Sochi.
If those are the only two nice cities in the country.
I don't like Russia.
Russia's a big country, Cam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Like,
there's like
really
15
big
time zones. I know, dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a bike. Like, it starts cycling.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, would you do that?
I would.
Yeah,
100%.
Like,
now, can I give it a little example?
Would you wear, like, the biking outfit?
These fucking nerds. I'm talking to all you out there. I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't. You assholes dressed up like fucking Lance Armstrong.
Oh,
right?
no.
I'm not done talking.
They know what they're doing.
I'm not done
There's
talking.
bike clubs out there.
These fucking nerds will be on highways with no shoulder.
Not the highway.
Man, they're on these roads out by me in the wealthy part of Franklin County. And they're on, they all go together and they hold up traffic.
Yeah.
They hold up
They're
traffic.
part of the road, dude.
No, they're not, though.
Yeah, they are.
But they're not, though. They should not be.
Most cool cities and
Andy,
certain areas
this
even
ain't
of
a
the
city.
city
No.
have bike lanes.
I know. There's no bike lane out here. There's parks out the
Well,
walk.
what do you want them to do?
I'll tell you. There's no fucking shoulder. And people have to slam their brakes on because there's a traffic jam, some fat fuck in a tight-ass spandex sticking his fat ass out, thinking he's Lance Armstrong
probably on a
with one nut.
35-mile ride.
With one nut. And he's going up a hill, and there's 5 people behind him, and there's 50 cars waiting for fuckboy to get his fat ass up the hill. That's unacceptable. Find a fucking park. No one gives a shit about your exercise. It ain't about you. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so Saturday mornings at the coffee shop that I go to, it's where a lot of cyclists meet up.
Nerdville.
A lot of cyclists meet up there. They're
so fun.
They're in their uniforms and everything.
Such a party.
And and listen, you just gotta like really respect these guys.
Why?
Because they're part of the road.
No, they're not. They're not truck drivers. They're cyclists. They need to go to a goddamn field or a park or do something. They're on literally windy roads with no shoulder, and they're like, no, my exercise is more important than you going to work.
No, I don't think they think like that at all. There's clubs out there that they're very competitive.
Fucking nerds.
And they ride all over town. I wouldn't look at it like that.
Well, I do.
They're in great shape, too.
Oh, cool. Because I care about their exercise. Don't worry about me. I'm trying to get to work. I care about your exercise more. I'll sit back. No, go ahead. Go 10 miles an hour up this hill. I have nothing to do. Your exercise is more meaningful than me going to work.
Some of these bikes are $2,500, dude, if not more. Than
wow,
that.
they're wealthy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I used to have a friend, dude, who rode his bike from Flagstaff, Arizona to Steamboat, Colorado.
That's kind of cool, though.
He'd like weigh his bike down, dude, and they ride it through the mountains, like just crazy, strenuous stuff.
Don't have somebody fucking have to slam their brakes on because you're fat ass.
Well, you just don't want to hit them, dude. That's
I kind of do want to hit
well, you don't.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna let them know. Hit them and they fucking learn your lesson.
You want to know who my favorite team to watch is right now?
Who?
The Los Angeles Kings, baby. Listen, I'm watching. What'd I tell you about them, too?
I don't remember.
I think I told you.
You always tell me something about something that you're right on. Like, I don't
when
know.
you have these teams that just work their bag off, they can frustrate big-time superstar talent, dude. That is the common denominator. L.A., dude, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to win the series, but, no team wants to all this. Even if you win or you're going to win or you feel like you're in control of the series, nobody wants to be stretched to that 7th game, dude. Get beat up even more. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the ownership group.
Travel, all that type of shit. Nobody wants that.
How's the con dog doing? Is he smiling ever?
He was involved in a scrum at the end of the game yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Like,
ain't good.
He had somebody in a headlock.
He's just so unhappy.
You don't think he's happy?
Everything about him's just like down.
Well, dude, let's break it down.
He's probably a good dude, and I like watching him play. He's the best of the best, but he's so down.
He's stressed out.
So aren't we all?
You don't have somebody like...
Aren't we all stressed out? What the fuck's the
following
difference?
you around and transcribing every move you make.
I kind of do. We're on the radio 5 hours a day, Andy. Everybody critiques us all day, every fucking day. We're on social media every fucking day.
You're not a hockey player in Edmonton, though.
Then figure it out.
Connor McDavid.
Then go hide. I get it. He's got a tough gig.
He's got a beautiful view in his house. I don't know why he doesn't hang out there more often.
His house looks like shit, too. Your wife did a terrible job on it.
She did a great job.
It looks like
a
prison.
No. Oh, no, I thought it was a wonderful house.
Andy, why are you such a pussy?
It was kind of like a modern farmhouse.
The house looks like a fucking prison cell, and it looks very damp and gloomy.
Tell that to Brittany Griner, dude. That ain't no prison cell. Okay?
Yeah,
he's in an 11,000 square foot house. The builders, by the way, I heard fucked it up. They weren't easy to deal with.
It just looks too dark and gloomy. It's like concrete everywhere. I'm like, I like happiness in my house.
It's got a beautiful bathroom overlooking that.
Oh, it should.
That fence.
Overlooking the landfill.
That train track. Come on, Connor. You want to know why he's unhappy, Cam?
Hey,
come on.
We're here to entertain you guys in Saskatchewan, in fucking upper parts of Maine, in Michigan, driving trucks, doing your shit. We entertain you. If I'm going to chirp fucking Connor for his house, who gives a shit? I don't care. I just don't. Everybody chirps us all day long. Mm-hmm. This is what we do.
You still rollerblade?
No, but I probably should.
Yeah.
I used to rollerblade.
You want to start doing that?
I used to rollerblade when I was playing for the Blaze, and I was living in Eureka. Oh, and the cougars in the neighborhood would know I'm cruising around with no shirt on, cut up. Oh, I'd have the whole neighborhood go crazy.
What would you do? Just like ride around? Would you have like headphones on?
Rollerblade, yep. Rollerblade around with my headphones on.
You have a Walkman like clipped to the side of your...
It was my phone in my pocket. Oh. I had no shirt on, hat backwards, had my gloves on, stick handling that little biscuit puck, saying hey to the neighbors, saying hey to the cougars, doing that, doing this, doing that. Oh, fucking
that
flexing
so
and shit, getting my tan on, stick handling. God damn right. God, I love doing that. I used to love doing that. The women would go crazy.
Hey, big shout out to Patty Maroon for his dangles yesterday too. He was
good.
He was dangling.
I want Patty to own that
big body.
Team.
It's a big body.
I'm trying to get on Toronto. I'm not on TSN with Carlo anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm just letting you know if I'm a betting man, which I'm not. Thank God. I don't need another vice. But they ain't winning.
You never got addicted to gambling?
No, I didn't.
No?
The one thing I didn't get addicted to.
Did you ever like try it and then?
Yeah, I tried it. I just embarrassed myself at the casino a couple times playing blackjack.
Oh, God.
Or a couple big boys next to me. I fucked something up. And they yelled at me. I'm like, I'm done.
How about Evander Kane, dude?
Good for him, man.
Like, you're not going to give him like credit where credit is due?
I said good for him.
He's playing his ass off.
I said good for him.
He and David Perron tied for the league lead in goal scoring as it sits right now.
I just don't know if Vander's a good dude. It's hard to work for a guy or root for a guy.
Here's my question.
I just like good people,
He's a good player, though.
I don't care. I want to know.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I could care less. Listen, I shouldn't say that because I want you to be a good dude.
Yeah, I want you to be a good dude.
Especially if you have to deal with them, like you want them. You like to be around good people.
Psycho, though. I kind of thought was
yeah. So I don't know, man. I think he's gone through some shit. Yeah. He's different than your traditional hockey player, you know. So Everyone expects everyone in hockey just to be the same, look the same, talk the same. You know, it's.
But he doesn't do anything. Wait. He doesn't do anything cool though. It's not like he's like, "Hi guys, I'm Evander. How are you?" But I love
he
puppies.
Wants to be cool. He was trying to be like, listen. He had the stack of money and all that. He thought that was being cool. He got chirped like I know.
It's not. You're not making that much money.
Backfired and whatever.
You're not making that much money.
He was, dude. He was making $7 million a year.
When you're throwing stacks out in fucking Vegas, you better be making 20 schmil a year, homie. Fucking throwing stacks out.
He wasn't making $7 million.
He wasn't even making $7 million back. He was making like 1.2, and that's really like 600,000, 500,000.
No, he's made some mistakes. He's young. His teammates have had to deal with.
You're not Floyd Mayweather. That's where you got that from. That's a big goddamn difference. Yes. And Floyd has to do with it for being boxing.
Did you watch the UFC?
Goddamn motherfucker right.
Break that down.
My motherfucking boy, Michael Chandler, little shit kicker out by my neck of the woods, High Ridge, baby. What's up? Shit kickers. Fucking badass motherfucker. Head kick, sit down, son. Then he does 15 backflips.
You know who lives,
we need to get his own ass on
the pod. You know who lives
pod.
near me?
A nerd?
Tyron Woodley.
Oh, yeah, Tyron. He's cool, guy.
He's my dude.
Yeah, he's all right. I had him on a radio show.
Dude, his son's a crazy ass, really good soccer player.
I like Tyron. Dude,
did you hear what I said?
Soccer player?
Really good. Like his footwork's unreal. He's like twice the size of everybody.
Always talk to him if you see him.
No, he goes to school with my daughter.
Always talk to him.
Yeah,
he's a good dude. I've
had him on television during Blues games back when he was.
He got a bad rep because he's kind of a boring fighter, but I like him, man. He's a St. Louis guy.
Well, he lives near me, so we may start working out together. And
I bet. Yeah, he wants to hang out with you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this Michael Chandler dude, this good old fucking who's your boy out in yeah.
He wasn't the main card though.
No, but he was. He is now.
Oh really?
Oh,
good for him, dude.
No, it was what's the name? Olivia, whatever his name is.
How old's the oldest UFC fighter?
Probably 40. There's some 40-year-olds in there.
I'd like to.
Because here's what they do in UFC, dude. They'll go and they'll build up their name and they'll wait until they're ready and they'll get up a big pay-per-view event. Then what they do now is they're gonna go fight Jake Paul and make $30 million. Like there's ways to make more money. Like Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is not getting paid. He's a heavyweight champion.
Where's he from?
Nigeria, I believe.
Yes, he is.
Central Africa.
I'm testing you on that.
Yeah, well, whatever. He's a shit kicker. Cool guy, man. But he's not getting paid. Dana's like, well, this is what I'm going to do. And Dana's doing his thing, Dana White. But Francis is like, okay, fine. I'll go fight Tyson Fury and make $100 million. Like, okay, didn't do it. Didn't do that. That's where I like it now, man. Like these guys, they could hold off, get the big ticket, and then go do these little fuckboy fights and make a couple mil here and there. Like, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So
I would never let my kid be a UFC fighter. Though.
Yeah, it's tough. Andy. But if they want to do something, they're going to go do it.
A little too much. He's got it in him though, like from the genes standpoint. He could do it.
Like, Ty's going to be a handsome little wheel.
He's
going to have chicks all over him. He just looks nothing like you, but he ain't going to be a UFC fighter.
Who's your Norris pick? Hedman, Makar, or Yossi?
I don't know.
Make a selection.
I mean, Cal Makar, dude. I like that Hedman though. I like all of them. They're all cool.
Who had the best season? That's the question.
I don't know. Show me their points, Andy. I'm not watching these guys every fucking day. I don't know.
Yossi.
Okay, fine. Point-wise, he did. But, like, these other guys, like, I feel like if I had to battle a guy I was on the first line, and I was going against Yossi the whole time, I'd rather go against him than Cal Makar or Victor Hedman. And I'd probably rather go against...
I don't know about that.
I probably would. I think Hedman,
he's
can't get
better
around
defensively than
I don't
Makar. Yossi?
Okay, fine. Well, Hedman, he's not. You can't get around Hedman.
I know.
And I want to go against a guy I can try to get around.
Yeah. Hedman's the best defenseman in the league.
He's awesome, dude.
But who had the best season? I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
Although if I had a choice of all three, I'd probably just take that Makar. The more I watch him play, I don't know how you can't.
I think you're right on that.
This dude's like, what? Like, what are you?
No, I'm going to take Nolan Patrick.
What is... Wait, this guy is... Like, how could he be that much better than everybody else at what he does in the NHL?
Because he could skate.
All right. I got to give a shout out to Barry Trotz.
Yeah, man. Louis just fired
very
him.
good friend of my wife's. My wife's? Yeah.
I don't know, man.
How do you say that?
You keep saying people are friends with your wife all the time.
He told her where to go to buy shoes. He bought us drinks in Vancouver.
He likes your wife. Wow, he's so nice to me when I'm around my wife. Oh, I wonder why.
Well, he's so much older. Like, I don't. He was. Are you implying that he was like hitting on my wife?
Well, look. Hey, listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm around somebody and their hot wife is next to them, I'm gonna be extra nice.
Extra nice.
Yeah,
I know.
Because a hot woman's there. Yeah. It's just how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Like, it's just,
that's how you.
If you're just there by yourself, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But if you got your hot wife, hi, how are you? Oh, nice to meet you. Oh my God, I heard a lot of things about
like
you.
I'm gonna be a jerk to you with your hot wife.
I'm gonna be completely ignore you if your hot wife's not there. But if your wife's there,
can you please get away from me?
When I take Kate down the fucking rink, they all come up. If I'm walking in the media,
but what happens if you're by yourself?
Well, the fans mob me, but the media don't give a fuck unless Kate's there with her fucking sundress on. Now they're like, "Hi, Cam." Like, yeah, what's up? No, they all come up to me, man. It's all good. I go say hey to everybody, Andy. You know that. Yeah. I beat drums.
Hey,
I do my fucking thing.
A good woman, I think, is the key to success.
Yeah. And a bad woman is the key to unsuccess.
Yes, it is.
Yank.
I like that. I just kind of roll with that. That would be
a good woman thing.
A good woman is the key to success.
I knew that when I was 6 years old, homie.
Listen,
6 years old.
Get yourself a good. I want to give some advice, like marital relationship advice to everybody out there. Get yourself a good woman, dude. That is the most important thing.
Isn't that the key to anything, Andy?
Yes.
Isn't that what we did? Like, maybe not you, because you like to blog and talk about sports and shit. But when I was young, it was all about women. I wanted to be cool because of women. I wanted to be successful because I wanted to be jacked and tough to show off to women.
What color are those shoes you're wearing? Right?
Green.
No, like what color?
Lime green.
Lime green. Dude, how do you go to the store and be like, I'll take those?
No, my mom and dad got them for me for my birthday.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
I wear them. I like them. I look good on Cabo. But my point is, everything I wanted to do was for girls. Like, it really was. Like, in high school, when I don't know if you guys all go to all boys school. Fuck, do I feel sorry for you? I had fun. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did.
There's a lot of people who go to those schools.
Yeah, and they're sexually frustrated.
That is.
I met girls on the weekends.
In
high
school?
Cool. I'm sure you did.
My niece just went to prom this weekend with a guy who goes to an all-guys school.
A guy that she didn't fucking know. Exactly. No shit. We hang out on the weekends at park. No, I want to go to fucking school and put my deodorant on and put gel in my hair and look sharp and feel good because Kate's walking next to me, and I'm like, oh, God, here we go.
Because you know you're going to see her in about an hour.
And I'm like, I got to do something. I want to be cool.
You got a class with her.
I wanted to get into a fight when I was playing juniors, so I had a cut on my face so girls would see it. Like, fuck yeah. Cam, what are you talking? No. That's how I was. That's how it is. I wanted to show off to girls, man. Goddamn, it motivated me. Did you ever
fight Jody Shelley?
No, I saw him last night, though.
Yeah.
Great guy.
I've been hanging out. I've been seeing him like last couple of days.
Yeah, I did fight him. Yeah, I did. What am I talking about? Yeah. Damn right I did.
He told me he used to hate coming into St. Louis because they had so many tough guys.
Me, Kinger.
Like Reed Lowe.
Losey before that. He might have been
Steve McLaren. He even mentioned.
Oh God!
I was like, damn, dude, you're going into the
Steve
ball.
And fucking Yabo.
McLaren didn't play here very long.
No, he played a little bit. and He fought Fedoruk. I remember that. And then Yablonsky came in. Big old Yabo. I'll give you a little shout out too. Yeah. He listens.
Does he?
Oh yeah, all the shit kickers do.
I remember that guy. He played
because of you.
Didn't he play in the Quebec League too or something?
I don't know, but he is a bad boy, and he played for the Blues for a little bit. Number 80, I think it was. He fought Losey in training camp. But yeah, man,
I remember
the Blues
that.
always have shit kickers, dude. Just
have
like
always
Lou.
For years.
Lou always has shit kickers.
Dude, I'm looking at this picture that Carlo Koliakova sent.
Carlo.
Dude. Oh my God, dude, Kate did quite the number, dude, on your hair.
Fucked my hair up bad.
That is.
Oh, let me look at it again.
Well, you know,
Jesus Christ!
I was worried about like how this would impact the brand, you know, like with a packed house and everything.
I think I do looks like shit. I can't look good anymore.
You need to go like mohawk.
No, man.
No, go mohawk.
Andy, no.
Like Holly did.
Oh, God, Holly.
People were chirping you for being the king of Instagram.
Jesus fucking Holly. Put a smile on your face. You don't have to follow me, homie. You know, oh my God. Man. Hey, look, I got to build my brand. I got to do it. People want me to Insta post, and I do it, and I get chirped by fucking Holly. And I'm like, bitch, don't fucking look at it. Like, why are you looking at my Instagram account?
Yeah.
Go smile and drink tequila. And don't worry about me. My childhood dream. Now I'm getting beaked by you. I can't even fucking post anything because I'm worried Holly's going to chirp me.
You know who's a great player?
Who?
And I feel like he's kind of I don't want to say wasted, but I don't see if this team doesn't get out of the first round, he just kind of is. You know, he's had a great career, dude.
Who?
Pavelski.
Yeah, man.
He just keeps getting it done.
I like him.
I wish he wasn't on Dallas, and he was on a more competitive team, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like him though. Mm-hmm. They were competitive.
You think Jamie Benn's still a good player and everything?
I don't know. What's he making? 10?
I don't think he makes that much. I think 9 something, maybe 9 something,
9.5. Yeah, he's that dude, but right now he's not doing enough.
They look stale to me, even though they're winning boring. And they're playing these low-scoring games and whatever, and they may beat Calgary. There's going to be an upset. Calgary or Florida,
It's gonna be Kings, dude.
Will lose or Edmonton. I don't know if Edmonton's going to lose this series.
I know. I kind of think like Connor's going to take at least 2 games over.
Like, if just the fact that LA is extending this thing to 6 now, I mean that's more than probably some people maybe thought they'd be able to do. If they can win another game, listen, the game 5 is always the most pivotal game in the series when it's 2-2. We all know that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the boys have to go to Minnesota and do their thing. But yeah, like
that's why whoever wins Game 5, Toronto and Tampa, wins the series, in my opinion. And whoever wins Game 5, St. Louis and Minnesota,
I just don't.
probably wins the
I
series
love you,
too.
Toronto guys. I'm telling you, you fans, like I love it. But man, that team is just, and I could be wrong. They can go win the cup, but they just look too like, hi, we're fancy.
Well, they've been okay every other game. Hey, we got Jason Arnott coming up.
Great guy. Good.
Oh,
Lord.
my God.
Handsome son of a bitch.
This guy. We want to get Jason Arnott and his wife a HGTV show.
I know.
Like, because they rehab houses, which I'm thinking about getting involved in that business as well.
You don't even know how to hold a hammer, dude. You don't even know.
Well, you don't have to do it. You can get. I used to.
You're going to pay people to do it? Now you're not making any money.
I know. But I used to buy and, rehab some.
No, you didn't.
What are you talking about?
No, you didn't.
Dude, I had rental property.
You're one-dimensional, dude.
Cam, I had lots of rental property.
That doesn't mean you did anything to help fucking fix
No,
things.
I had Kevin was my.
You just spent money.
Kevin
Kevin
was my guy who did everything, my handyman.
Well, there's a difference between like doing it yourself.
No, dude, but I own the properties.
Well, that's good.
And I
because
sold
you had
them.
the money to do it.
And then I
But you
sold
didn't
them.
do anything.
Well, they were investments.
Yeah, I know. But you didn't go in there and say, I'm going to fix that, and save money. You paid people to do it. And now you don't want to do those investments anymore because you're one-dimensional.
You always get somebody else
You're
to do it.
one-dimensional.
I got somebody coming over to clean out the gutters today, too. You got to clean your gutters out, dude. My neighbor.
Oh, do you?
My neighbor.
I didn't know that.
Praveen, he was saying that, like, he could see the way the water was coming out of the gutters and stuff like that, like,
Your
something
neighbors
was
are so
blocking
cool.
it.
Your neighbors must be so cool. I want to go to your neighborhood party and hang out. Good Lord, everybody's wearing masks.
Just
outside,
a few people.
Out not cooking meat, wearing masks, talking about nothing.
I got some neighbors that are doing Tai Chi in the backyard, too. You should see these, like, maneuvers.
Fucking
they
badasses.
do. Like, stand on their head and stuff like that.
Fucking badass.
It's very impressive.
That's sick.
All right, so you banged the drum. You had the cul-de-sac showing.
Embarrassing.
It made me think of Hair Club.
Oh, God.
And
I look like shit.
dude, it's never too. You did the
I
front
just look
part.
like
I get
shit,
that. You
man.
gotta like think about getting into the back
My
part.
head
now.
looks goofy. Like, everything about me is fucking goofy.
No, it's okay. Just don't have your wife cut your hair, dude. That's just
Man,
the one thing. Like that's
she
that's a
fucked my
red
hair
flag right there, dude. That's a big time no. Like you got to go to school for that. You know they go to school and like get a license and all that.
Yeah, Andy, I know.
Like there's like actual like schools you can go to
Andy,
learn how
I
to
know.
be a hairdresser. So
God, I look like shit.
lots of walking.
I even wore a
places,
fucking
too.
suit, and I didn't.
I don't
need
know
to,
what you're doing, dude. You're wearing a suit there.
I
don't
just
know
want to
what
look
you were
important
thinking.
like everybody else does. Can't
Okay,
they-
so Hair Club, 1,200 locations, Cam.
yeah.
And that also brings everybody to the Cam Strick Podcast. We love our friends over there at Hair Club. They're all over North America. It's not just here in the U.S., but throughout North America, 1,200 locations.
Man, just get it done, dudes. I'm
Restore, replace, regrow. Like, what are you thinking you need to do?
Andy, what the fuck do you think I need to do?
Dude,
I got
I'm
a
not
goddamn
chirping
bald
at
spot.
all. I'm not
Yeah, you
chirping.
are.
No, it's not.
You are. I got a bald spot. I need more hair on the back.
But
of
would
my
they
fucking-
restore or replace or regrow?
everything? It's
Okay.
actually all in one because they'll take it from the back where I have thick hair, like the back part,
Yeah.
you know, where
Yeah.
you know a usual bald guy has still a strip of hair back
Yeah.
there. So I got thick hair there. So they'll pluck out the big ones and implement it on my
And
cul-de-sac.
it looks great in the front too.
front
But
looks pretty
would
good.
you consider shaving it?
Yeah, eventually. After seeing all these pictures of me looking like dog shit, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to shave my
It
fucking.
may look tough, dude, if you shave.
You think I look like a psycho, like neo-Nazi looking motherfucker? I don't know if I
You
want
don't want
that.
to look that.
Well, no
Did you
shit.
color it? It looks a little red right now.
No.
It looks red. Maybe it's the sunlight.
Would you stop evaluating my
The
looks?
sunlight. It could
Oh,
be.
look at your goddamn skinny ass arms. These are tiny.
What's just the T-shirt?
Dude, you know
I don't love
you
the
need to wear, like,
summertime because
you need to
of
wear a
that.
button up, dude, because you can't wear t-shirts with those skinny fucking
Really?
arms. Yeah, they're
And I'm
bad.
going to have lunch at like an important business meeting.
Oh,
here.
well, they're not going to buy anything
No.
from you.
Except lunch.
Well, they know you're not eating anything expensive. Salad.
Oh my
I'll
god.
buy Andy lunch all goddamn day. It costs $3.
Hey, go to our landing page. Hairclub.com/Cam and Strick. Here's the phone number. 800-279-7878.
800-279-878.
No, 279-7878.
7878.
Yeah, 800-279-7878.
Why do you look at me to repeat
What's
it?
the
Why can't you
promo
just
code?
do it? Cam and Strick.
Good. Cam and Strick. Go there, and if you honestly, if you have any questions about, like, if you want to talk to somebody or anything like that, like, reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with.
No, reach out to me because I actually went through the process, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Honestly, reach out to me for anything, guys. You know that. I got my shit
Reach
open.
out to both of us. If Cam doesn't get back to you, let me know too.
I'll get back to you eventually.
Have you been responding and doing?
Yeah.
Because you need to be doing that, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Hair Club, man. We love our friends at Hair Club.
Yeah.
Car Shield. CarShield.com. 800-857-2481. Use that promo code CAM, which I know is embarrassing, but sometimes you just have to do it.
They might get fucking late.
Hey, the best part about Car Shield, I was telling somebody the other day, like, you can never anticipate when something is going to happen, Cam. When something goes down, and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Get that protection and get it now, and get it through Car Shield. Again, 800-857-2481. Pick out where you want to have the service done. Pick out your own mechanic. They hook you up with a rental car. They're available everywhere. And you're seeing more and more Car Shield presence, dude.
Everywhere, dude.
Everywhere.
They're all over the place.
So
they do great work.
Yes,
Commercials
yes,
are great
they
and
do.
everything.
So we love our friends over there at Car Shield. Bellman.
Can Panger get into another commercial?
Well, maybe.
Can Panger get into another commercial?
He's in a Car Shield commercial for sure.
I need him in more commercials, I think. Everywhere. It's like even when the commercial's not even about him, all of a sudden he pops out of like a little thing, like a fucking, I don't know, like speaking of, yeah, he's just like, I'm here. I go, Panger's in this commercial.
Car Shield, carshield.com. Bellman and Bellman.com. Hey, now's the perfect time to buy a car. I was talking to somebody from Bellman the other day. I'm like, hey, I know of a guy that's got a car. Would you buy? He goes, we'll buy anything right now.
Yeah, dude.
They buy everything.
I know.
Not that they're desperate, but they will help you in that situation.
Will they buy your nerdy Volvo?
Dude, you know it's not nerdy.
Well, it ain't cool.
Dude, it's the R Series.
It's still a Volvo.
It's a racing series.
Yeah.
It's got silver mirrors, the big-ass tires, black rims.
Show me some Volvo racing cars, and we'll talk. But I get it's a racing series.
Dude,
it's all good.
The M Series?
It's still...
In all seriousness,
Andy,
you can
it's still
order...
a Volvo.
No, you can still order the...
Like, if I'm rating cars, like, Volvo's like...
The real car guy knows,
women,
though.
The women drive Volvos.
It's a new one, too.
I know, I like it.
XC90, it's sick. R Series.
I know.
And the real car people know about the race cars that they make,
woman's
too.
car.
Not this one.
I mean,
what do you call it? Murdered out?
Andy, I'm looking at it right now. It looks kind of like a woman's car. And that's fine. We love women. We have 24% people. Women.
What's a women's car?
A Volvo.
It's not.
What my Kate just got? BMW.
A white one, yeah.
It's fucking women's
That's
car.
a woman's car.
I go, listen, girl. I'm putting some fat ass fuck tires on that damn. She's like, I want ding. I'm like, okay. I go, no. I'm spending the fucking money. I'm putting some fat ass fucking tires on that thing, and I'm putting some fucking 22s on that mug too. Yeah. Black ass fucking rims.
Yes.
I'm tinting those fucking windows out too, girl. I don't want people looking at you.
Yeah.
When I'm driving and there's no tinted windows, oh my God, it's horrible. Everybody's like looking at me like,
I'm doing that too.
Put a sun strip on that mug. Her car's gonna look fucking shit kicker. But right now, it looks
you don't
pussy.
need to draw that much attention to her. Like
it's not
that.
drawing attention.
It's her car. It's not yours.
Yeah, well, Andy,
just get black tires, and
I know what to do.
That's all you need to do.
No, I'm getting
on a
fatties
white car.
on. No, I'm
maybe
getting
some tinted windows.
Oh,
you don't need the
5%. Yes, Andy, I know what I need.
You don't need like a different type of like front guards, real guards.
Thank you.
Exhaust system.
What else don't I need? Thank you.
No,
I don't need dual.
Be a car guy for you. Oh, does it have dual exhaust?
Yeah, it's badass.
You know what you want though? Quad
exhaust. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
If you can go quad exhaust.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, new sponsor alert,
Get
Cam.
him.
New
Get
sponsor
him,
alert.
Oh, yeah?
Can you give a shout out to the friends over there?
Oh, I'm starving, dude. What do we got? I'm fucking starving.
Zero Carb Life Pizza.
I'll take 0 carbs. I'm fat as shit. My suits don't fit me. Nothing fits me. My hair's falling out. I look like dog fuck. I need something healthy in my life. Okay. I'm eating the shit out of that pizza.
Check this out. Because here's the deal with Zero Carb. LYFE, by the way. They spell it all fancy. Here's the deal. Pizza, Cam, for years, like for people who work out and talking to people.
Excuse me?
Well, like when I talk
Who are you talking about?
When I talk to people at the gym and stuff about this,
that's all you do. That's all you do at the gym.
They look at pizza as a cheat meal. It's not a cheat meal. when you have zero carb, baby.
Well, no.
Okay.
You don't have zero.
Now it's like, what do you? This is like a healthy meal, is what this is.
I want to make it. I want to put my own spin on it. I want to put that olive oil on that mug, dude.
Dude, it's carb-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, grain and egg-free. So all the diabetic people and people who deal with celiac, you ever know anybody who dealt with that? Because that's very serious, too. Know. It's celiac-friendly. It's diabetic-friendly. It's great for keto diets. I know people in that keto community.
Yeah. They're fucking.
I got something for you. All the keto people, I got something for you right now. So check this out. The crust is made from only natural antibiotic-free white chicken breast, dude.
Fuck yeah.
That's what the crust is made out of.
Oh,
Can I tell people, because I've played around with it a little bit, and this will be on my YouTube channel coming up soon. Brush the crust with olive oil first.
No shit.
Brush, and then give it a nice little brush directly on a pizza pan. Don't put it on the rack.
No,
I know the directions call for 400. Turn that shit up to 500.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. 500
listen, I'm like Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
I don't spit in chicks' mouths. Not like that. But I like his pizza style. I like that burnt. I like that fucking Jersey. Not necessarily Jersey, but it's more like the Connecticut type, like New Haven.
Yeah.
Crispy, like a little bit dark. I want bubbles.
This is not just for the women, too. You know that. This is
I
for
know.
the men, too. You know what they call the protein?
I don't know.
Protein. So, dude, what do you think of that? Is it protein or protein?
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
look, if you want to be healthy and eat a good pizza and kind of make it yourself, this is the way to go. I need to be healthy. And I
no carbs, high protein, Cam, 37 grams of protein or protein in the 8-inch and 75 grams of protein in the 12-inch crust.
It's a good for you pizza. But what about the toppings? What do you do on that?
Well, it's guilt-free.
What?
It's guilt-free, dude. That's what it is.
I'm hungry,
man. You can go to the gym and then smash pizza when you get home. Not many people can do that. I've talked to people at the gym about this, too. It's like, that's what I'm telling them. You can go home and eat this after you work out.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't bloat you up either.
This isn't Pizza Hut, dude.
I hate eating things now where I'm like, my stomach hurts because my pants are too tight. Like, I like healthy shit.
It comes in buffalo style, dude, which my kids absolutely love. And beef crumble. Oh, dude, you need to get on this shit.
I am, dude.
Turn the temperature up.
Well, they got to send me some shit.
Yeah. They've only been around since 2020, dude. We're happy to have them on board, man. Brandon, everybody. These guys are the shit. Say hi to them.
Hey, Brandon, what's up,
buddy?
Tell you to say hi. Hey, Brandon, don't send Andy all the shit. Send me some stuff, dude. I'm the one you need to cater to. Let me eat the goddamn thing.
Eating pizza doesn't have to be a cheat meal. We're taking guilt and carb coma out and putting the comfort and joy back into eating pizza.
Yeah, I'm starving. Right? God, Andy, I'm so hungry.
All right, we're on a mission to create the best tasting carb alternative foods in the world. That's what they're doing over there at Zero Carb. Check them out. Again, they're taking the guilt and carb coma out and putting the comfort and joy back into eating pizza. And are they ever doing that? Here's how you get it, though. I want people to order this shit, by the way. Promo code Cam Strick, because I want them supporting our sponsors, dude.
We have to, you guys, this is how it keeps the engine running here. Support the sponsors. I'm telling you, man, it keeps us going. We got to pay the bills, all that kind of stuff. These guys are great companies. Andy and I kind of pick and choose who the fuck we want.
Yes, we do.
We only have so much inventory.
We are picky.
So we pick and choose what kind of sponsors we want. We're in that position, and we're blessed for that. And we like these guys, and I'm goddamn starving. So check it out.
Jason Arnott will eat this shit. Dude.
Oh, yeah. He's a little health nut, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's healthy, motherfucker. Yeah. Look, it's not... You don't have to be nerdy like Andy with the health stuff, but like this stuff, like a pizza where you can make it your own and it's healthy, that's the way to go. Do it just like you said, at 500, a little crusty on the bottom.
You gotta go 500.
You don't want it to be limpy.
No.
You don't want limp dick pizza. You want it to be a little crust, maybe some bubbles.
Is that what you call that?
Limp dick pizza.
You should not call it that.
Okay.
It's just like when the toppings are too heavy. And
limp dick pizza. No, when the crust isn't there, dude.
Okay.
No, man, I evaluate
ZeroCarbLife.com. That's how you get the pizza, Cam.
My name's Cam.
Zero Carb Life. It's LYFE. So ZeroCarbLife.com. Make sure you spell it right. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. And for those of you locally in St. Louis, it's going to be available at Schnucks, man, coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, boy.
So go to that zerocarblife.com. Get there today. I'm sure you can find something on there on the BBB about Zero Carb Life too, man. They have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. We love our friends at the BBB. Say hi to Natasha.
Hey, girl.
Say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
so
see?
Natasha and Chris, dude,
What's up, Natasha?
They make it happen. We love the BBB. Listen, they've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, forever, and hundreds of millions.
Hundreds and hundreds. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, over 100 years, probably.
Yeah,
over 100 years.
The 1800s.
I'll say hundreds and hundreds of, or millions and millions of companies have put themselves
that makes sense.
on the Better Business Bureau website, and tens and 20s and 30s of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people have gone to the site to get.
Hey, you want to ruin your goddamn vacation? Don't go to the BBB and just pick a goddamn hotel.
Just pick something, see how much you like it. All right, listen, Jason Arnott, get ready for the interview of the century. I mean, you don't know what you're about. It was pretty damn good.
He was really good.
You don't know what you're about to get into.
Century.
It was pretty damn good, though. Check it out.
Storm of the century.
Well, yeah, he was damn good. Let's listen to Jason Arnott, okay? Here on the Cam Strick Podcast, presented by Hair Club. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. You know, nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on, and you know right off the bat you're gonna have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now to the interview.
Hello.
Arnie.
Hey.
What's going on?
What up, dude?
What's going on, guys?
What are you doing today?
Yeah, what do you
Are you out by the pool in Dallas or what?
No, it was raining this morning. No pool today.
Oh man, you guys live such a hard life.
Yeah, it's tough.
How are you, man? Everything good with you?
Yeah, everything's great. How about you guys?
Well, we're grinding it here. Radio and podcasts. It's a tough life.
Cam's grinding it. Yeah. Okay.
I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I got to host a 3-hour morning show, man. It's pretty tough.
Did you watch any of the playoffs last night? Are you watching hockey?
I don't watch a lot of it, but I do watch playoffs. Yep. Last night. And then it got a little late for the Edmonton game and that, so I turned that off. I don't even know how that ended.
Well, I'll tell you how it ended. Mike Smith. That's how it ended. I mean, this guy.
He tried to score a goal with the other goalie still in the net.
In a tie game.
No shit.
He just throws it up the middle of the ice.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And he ended up making like a great save, like recovering, but then he could never get like set and ends up giving up the game-winning goal right there. You knew that would happen. We talked about it actually yesterday on our podcast that released today. Like Mike Smith would show up in that series, and sure enough, he did in game one.
What do you do? What are you doing all day, man? Like, what's your life consist of? I want to get to know you.
Well, I since I retired, I get the job of taking my kids to school back and forth. My daughter, now my son's a senior going to college next year, so he's on his own program. So I do that, and I'll pick her up in the afternoon. My wife and I have done some residential building here in Dallas, where we are now. So we've built and sold about 3 or 4 homes. and then I dabble in a little bit of residential or commercial real estate as well. There's a group of us that have gone around and bought a little bit of commercial real estate, and so we've been buying and selling that as well. So that stuff keeps me busy, and then I still work out consistently and hunt and fish and play golf and do the things that couldn't really do when we played.
Let me ask you something. So you're breaking down houses. Is there a camera crew? Because I'm telling you, man, you get a camera crew and you and your girl.
They need to be on the.
Like, come on,
they need to be on the like HGTV. Come on now.
With the arguing, the arguing and shit that we do. Oh my God, we would be number one on TV for sure.
Oh my God.
I mean, we don't build them we build them to live in them, and then it kind of caught on in Dallas that we would live in it for a few years and then we would sell them, and people kind of caught on to that in our real estate agents. So we kind of I told my wife, we're like, we can make some good money at doing this stuff. So that's kind of how it started. But you know how it goes. You set a budget and you argue about, because she wants to do this and that. And I'm like, well, let's not go overboard, because we're probably going to sell this in a couple of years. So let's just make it nice enough where someone wants it, and then we'll move on. And, so then the argument starts. And
Jason, listen, my wife and I, we've built 3 homes in the last 10 years. Okay. And the first one, I was like, okay, you just do everything on your own, whatever. And then I was like, I got to start going to these meetings, because they don't understand the budget.
Nope.
And they just pick out whatever they want. And it's like, what? We didn't need this. We didn't need that. But I actually kind of enjoyed it. It actually
learn a lot, man.
You learn a lot. I actually don't mind the process whatsoever.
Yeah, I love it. I really got into the architecture. Like I do work with the architect and reconfigure the homes. Like we did this last one we did was a remodel. So I didn't even hire an architect. I just walked through with the builder and, I want this wall gone. I want this all lined up. I want all these doors opened up. I want all this lifted. Can we raise ceilings here? And kind of just did it that way. And then my wife does the design. She's really good she went to school for it. So I don't have to hire a designer or nothing. She does all that and does a great job at it. But like you said, I always look at the numbers on how much I can make if I buy and sell. And I just don't want to, the more she buys, the less money I'm making in the end.
Yeah.
They don't grasp that concept. They just want all the nice, expensive stuff.
Yeah. Well, she's doing it. She's got to put her stamp on it. And she's like, I want it to look beautiful. My wife did the same damn thing. Hey, let me ask you this though. Like, of all the places you played, Edmonton and whatnot, all over the place, Nashville, but why'd you pick Dallas? Like, I probably know why you picked Dallas, but why not anywhere else? Like, is there a particular subdivision you're like, you know what? I loved it down here. It's easy going. I could buy a badass house. The weather's great. Like, why'd you pick Dallas?
Pretty much everything you just said.
Well, there you
go. We lived in it's a little area, Highland Park.
Oh yeah.
It's not far from the arena downtown, and we just loved it. Taxes are great. Schools are fantastic. The weather's great, other than the summertime, but we leave in the summer anyway. Great place to raise kids, and we made a lot of friends when we played here. The people down here are very, I guess, much like Canadians, where they're very nice and outgoing. No matter how much money they have, they're fantastic people to be around, and so we just made a lot of great friends and love living down here. It's been great.
Yeah, you can make a wrong left turn though in Dallas. I've done that back in the day.
Well, yeah, you gotta.
Listen.
Well, you can. I made a wrong turn in New Jersey when I played there, coming off that turnpike.
Oh
when
my
I first
God!
Got traded there, and I was like, "What? Where the hell am I?" I went from Edmonton to New Jersey, and I'm in the middle of, like, people are warming their hands by the fires. There's blowing up cars. There's everybody's staring at you, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I got to get back on the highway here."
Jason,
who's this rich boy?
Oh my God! Listen, I was there. This is before navigation. I was there for a youth hockey tournament, so I printed out the MapQuest directions on pieces of paper. I get completely lost. I stop at this gas station, terrible area, and I'm like, "Hey, can you tell me where this address is?" And she goes, Google it.
Do I look like Christopher Columbo?
She's like, Google it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get back in my car right now.
How much money you got? Dude, Jersey's hardcore though, man. Like, if you're from like anywhere and you go to Jersey, you're like, God damn, everything's 100 miles an hour and it's hard to get anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in a really small town. Then I went to Edmonton my first year. I remember playing in New York for my very first time, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And everybody's rude. Everybody's in a rush. No one holds a door for anybody. You're walking by. You're like, hey, how you doing today? And they're like,
my God, looking
at you like, who the hell is this guy? And then I get traded to New Jersey, and then and then you go through, all the, like I made the wrong turn and all that. And I mean, you grew up in a hurry.
They probably thought you were like a movie star.
Who's this movie star?
They're like, oh, he must be filming a movie here in the city.
Must be Burt Reynolds or
exactly.
something.
Like, holy smokes! Like, what? You play hockey? Although you look like the perfect hockey player, I will say that. It's like Like your hair. What does your hair look like right now?
Yeah,
It's probably...
is your hair thick and luscious?
Yeah, it is. It's long. My wife loves it long, so I have to keep it long.
Hey, remember, you probably don't remember. I did a story on you, like it was the cover of a magazine about your workout habits, though. Like you had you had an all-out routine, Jason. Like it was like the most serious conversation I ever had with somebody, and I think it was your brother who told me that, like, hey, you should talk to him about his nutrition. Like you would get like all this like salmon flown in and stuff like that during the off season. You're like, I only eat pizza during the season, never eat pizza during the off season.
Dang.
Blueberries, salmon, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Tell us about that.
It was like my type of diet.
It was it was brutal. My wife hated it because I was always miserable because I was never eating. It was no sugar, no carbs. I was eating chicken and ostrich and buffalo morning, noon, and night. But I mean, for me, first did it, I thought in my mind, the heavier I was and the more muscular I was, the better off I'd be on the ice. And it was the exact opposite. I went to see Charles Poliquin, is who I first started with.
Yeah.
And then I went to Ben Prentice, who was working with Charles, and then Charles was way too busy for everybody, so I went to Ben, and I went in there. I thought it was in pretty good shape when I was younger, and they're like, no, you're a skinny fat. And I'm like, what? I'm not fat. They're like, oh yeah, you're skinny fat. And I'm like, holy shit. So like no beer, no nothing for like, it was hard to do at the beginning, but then I lost, I think 12, 15 pounds. And I went from like, I don't know, 15% body fat to like 7 in one summer.
Just shredded.
Wow.
And I got on the ice and I'm like, holy shit. Like coming out of the corners and holding guys off. And I mean, it totally resurrected my ability to play. And I think it definitely helped me play as long as I did for the rest of my career, because when everything changed, all the rules, you really needed to be able to keep up and skate and stuff. And if I wasn't on this diet and was heavy, I would have been probably done a lot earlier than I was.
Yeah. Ostrich and buffalo.
Yeah. Ostrich.
Where are you
Sounds
getting
expensive.
Where are you getting all this?
It was super expensive.
How much you spending a month on your diet as a player?
It would cost me $700 to $1,000 probably every time I went into to buy meat, which was probably every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh. Pronger has that.
Because I was eating, I would eat it in the morning and noon and then dinner time, or I'd go to restaurants but I was allowed to eat as much protein as we wanted. And their saying was, if it flies, swims, or walks, you can eat it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, hey, were you the guy at the restaurant though with all the boys? Everybody's ordering this and that, and you're like, well, sir, wait a second. And you're the guy that has to like do this and do that, and all the guys chirp you a little bit.
Can I get it on the side, please?
When I for us, Janice, it was always, it was pasta and chicken for pregame meal. And then they got me into sweet potato and healthier carbs. So when I first went back, I'm like to our management, I need sweet potato in for our meal. And they're like, sweet potato. And then it showed up, and like, you're right. The guys are like, who the fuck ordered sweet? What is this orange shit?
I know. Hey, you should see what they're eating now, man.
Every damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They'll have like vegan stuff. I mean, a lot of the guys are vegan nowadays.
And he's a vegan because of the guys are a vegan. He doesn't even know why he's a vegan, by the way.
So yeah, I remember that. And then all of a sudden, all the younger guys coming in started eating that, and the older, I'm like, just try it, see how you feel on the ice. And they're like, wow, what a dude, because the pasta kind of makes you lethargic a little bit, or you crash halfway through, where the sweet potato you can play through and have more energy. And so guys actually liked it and started switching over to sweet potato and things like that. So
hey, when you were young, like, were you always big? Like, were you a big guy? I know you played in Yale. Like, I know you dominate. Like, when did you start learning that you were fucking good?
Probably my second year in junior. My first year in junior, I was like 6'1", 170 pounds. And then I broke my ankle my first year in junior, right before the playoffs. I was on the fourth line. I think I got like 10 points my first year. I played with our tough guy. And I'm like, this is fucking brutal. Like, I remember ready to quit after that, because I've never been used to playing on the fourth line. I was always on the first line growing up and playing tons. And then we had an old school coach, Rick Kornakia. And so at the end of the season, Eric Lindros came back after he said no to Quebec, and he had to come back and play with us for so many games to get back into the draft.
Yeah.
If they weren't going to trade him. So I roomed with Eric, and he specifically roomed me with him, which was awesome because Eric was great to me. And, some of the veterans were not, they were dicks, but he was awesome. I learned a lot from him just by playing with him on the ice and seeing how he played on the ice and how friggin' big he was. God. I mean, he was a man when he was playing. He would one arm guys and then one arm and roof it with one hand on the other. I'm like, this is unfair. And then I'm thinking, man, is the NHL like that? Like, holy shit, this is night and day. And then I broke my ankle right before playoffs, and my coach walked me down every day to the gym, and he sat me aside and he goes, you can be a great player, but you got to put some weight on and you got to do the work, and you can have everything you want in life, but you got to put in the work and you got to get heavier and bigger. So he trained me the whole time and then helped me out in the summertime. And I came back at 205, 6'3", 205 the next year. And I had an unbelievable year, and then got drafted to Edmonton that after that year. But I mean, everything kind of happened, and I got lucky. It sucked breaking my ankle, but that helped me learn how to work out, and I owe pretty much everything to Rick, who actually did that for me, because he didn't need to do that. I mean, we were in playoffs, and he had the team to worry about, but he would go down and make sure I did it every single day, and then called me in the summertime, make sure I was doing it. And yeah, so it was a huge difference. But no, growing up, I was small. I was tall, but very, very lean, like skinny.
Yeah, because 6'1" is not small, but 170 pounds when you're 6'1" is.
Well, Andy's 5'6" and the skinny fat.
Yeah. Skinny fat.
I'm like 5'11" and a half,
well,
maybe.
I mean, back then when I first started, 6'1" was not considered a bigger guy in the NHL. And certainly not 170 pounds. There were guys like that, obviously, in the NHL, but they were really, really good players, and they made it that way. But for me it just helped me out it gave me the confidence and helped me play against those bigger, stronger guys that following year, and certainly in the NHL.
Oh yeah,
when I got there.
So listen, we got to talk about Lindros. We've had him on with us, but we've also had, and first off, he had like 31 points in the 13 games he played with you that year. So like,
that just proves my point. It was, I'm telling you, it was. And then when I got to practice with him and pass the puck back and forth with him and stuff, and I actually got off with the goon, I was like, man, I could fucking play with this guy. We just had a connection where you could pass it back and forth and know where each other was, but just watching him play, and I mean, it was a man playing with boys, basically.
So there was so much hype surrounding him. It's interesting you say that, because we've had a number of like former teammates of his, and like not everybody speaks glowingly of him. And we've had Phil Esposito, who drafted him in the Sioux, and even Craig Berube and some of these other guys are like, Rick Tocchet, he was okay, So it seems like you really understood him and got along with him. Like explain how you guys were able to establish that connection.
I don't know. We roomed together, and he just, we just talked about hockey and how he grew up and where I grew up. And like, he was very outgoing. And, at that time, Eric was a star. Like he was, to me, he was already an NHL star. So it'd be like, being in the room with Joe Sakic or Stevie Y or somebody like that, in my eyes, because that's how I grew up watching him play in a small town. and all you heard about was Eric Lindros, Eric Lindros, Eric Lindros. Anywhere we went, they would swarm the bus and swarm the arena, and every rink we went into was sold out because he was playing, and it was crazy. But yeah, I get it. He wasn't nice to a lot of the guys, some of the guys on the team. He still had that cocky arrogance about him. And when he went out in public and stuff, he had that. But we got along really well. We still get along great. He invited me to his Hall of Fame thing that he had in Toronto, which I thought was awesome. I wrote him a huge email how he kind of helped me my first year in Oshawa and inspired me and all kinds of stuff like that. And but yeah, I've heard some horror stories about him, especially I guess they were in Philadelphia the year we beat them when we were down 3-1. I guess remember he got he was just coming back from a concussion.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And they not when Scotty knocked him out, because that was the end of that. It was before that, the first couple games he came back, and I guess the guys all got in the dressing room and voted that they didn't want him to come back.
Yeah, I know.
And play. And I'm like, what the fuck? You got it's Eric Lindros. How do you not? I mean, it must have been that bad of like him distraction and in the room, and they just voted no, but the coaches overruled them and said, you know, we rather have Eric in the lineup than a fourth line guy. You know, we're in the finals here. We could go to the Stanley Cup finals. And so they overruled the players and he came back and played, and then Scotty knocked him out. And,
oh, gosh.
But you know, that's everybody has their own stories, but I have nothing bad to say about him. He was always great to me. I see him in the summertime up in Canada, and we always shoot the shit, and you know, he's always been nice to me. So
yeah, I forgot who we just had on who would say, hey, when he was out hurt, the music was going, and then he'd come back in, the music wouldn't be on. It was like tension inside the room. I don't know if it was Danny Briere or somebody who we just had on talking about that. Were his parents around before we move on away from Eric Lindros? Was his mom and dad around a lot?
Oh yeah, his mom was at the rink every day, every Oshawa game. Well, my mom and dad were there too every game. And my mom's very vocal, and, you know, she'll let me know when I play like shit and stuff like that. But she was very, like, my mom couldn't sit near her. Not a lot of people could, because it was all Eric. And if something, you know, if he wasn't playing enough and you know, they would get involved with the coaching staff. And it was just, that was another big problem I think they had, was his mom and dad got involved too much with his career, and especially even in Philly, I think they were on Bobby Clark and that.
We had Bobby.
Oh yeah, we had Bobby on.
Fuck, you know, yeah. Oh, you did.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure he probably held back a lot.
Not really.
No, he didn't.
Oh no.
No, it blew up pretty big. It blew up. I mean,
well, he called out. You know,
he
basically said, "Hey, they wanted they wanted Cale Makar. Instead, they got Nolan Patrick." I mean, you know, I don't think he'll be sending Nolan Patrick any Christmas cards.
Yeah, Bobby Clark didn't give a shit. He's down in Florida, like hanging out with non-hockey people, golfing all day. He's like, "No, I'm going to get the story straight." So he did. I'm like, okay. But all right, let me ask you some. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. No, let me ask you.
I'm sure he did say shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He didn't give a shit. It is what it is. But look, man, like it's weird. Like I remember being a kid and opening a pack of that Upper Deck cards, and I see your draft picture, and I'm like, God damn. I go, I want to be this guy. Like I want to look like this guy. I want to be this dude. Then you go to, I know it's kind of corny, but I remember seeing that. I think I still have it too, by the way. And then you go to Edmonton, like you're a young kid. Like explain that situation. Like were you mobbed there? Like, who were your older guys? Did they take care of you? Like, explain that. You're in a bubble up there.
Big time draft pick. A lot of hype surrounding him, man, when he came to Edmonton.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Not just your looks.
I mean, I remember the media was just, it was insane. When I first got there, every practice, there was media everywhere, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, and, you know, coming from Oshawa, you got one writer, and I mean, there's hardly anybody there. And then you go to a Canadian team, and it's just every single day. But I went there thinking I'm probably going to come back to junior and play junior another year. I never went there thinking that I was going to make it until I got on the ice and started playing with the other guys. It kind of clicked in my head that I think I could play. I think I can make it. I think I can stay here and play. But I never went there with the cocky attitude that, oh, I'm first round pick and I'm here no matter what, which a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
They get there and they think they've made it because they got drafted in the first round. But it's, I didn't go over there with that attitude. And it was, we had Billy Ranford in net. I mean, I'm like, I don't want to shoot high on Billy Ranford.
I know.
Shane Corson was there, Craig McTavish, Kelly Buckberger, Dougie Waite, Luke Richardson was a huge friend of mine. So those were the veteran guys that helped me out. But the greatest thing was, you had to earn their respect. I think it took Craig McTavish, I don't know how long to even speak to me because he was so old school. And I didn't want to speak to him because, he doesn't wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck doesn't wear a helmet?
Oh, I
know. And he'd get a stick and a puck in the head, and it wouldn't even faze him. Like he would just keep going. And he was probably one of the hardest workers on the ice I've ever seen.
Yeah.
On everything, and I don't know how many Stanley Cups he had at that time, but it took him a while for me to earn his respect because I was a young guy and that's how he was brought up, and and I like that. So some guys were, took me under their wing right away. Like Corse took me under his wing right away.
He's
Luke
the best.
Richardson
Cool.
did.
Yeah.
So I went out a lot with Corse and hung out with him a lot, and he was my line mate. So, that just made me tougher as a player too, because anybody would fuck with me. I knew Corse was right there, and we had a really tough team, back then.
Who's on that team? Tough guy. Was Brownie on that team at the time?
No, we had Louis DeBrusque.
Oh yeah.
Dave Manson.
Oh.
Marchman.
Oh.
Scotty Thornton.
Yep, big Scotty Thornton.
Kelly Buckberger.
Yep.
Scott
Pearson. Was Pearson?
Scott Pearson.
Yeah.
Scotty Pearson. I mean, you go down the list, it's like anybody. But I didn't expect them to stick up for me. I had to fight and stick up for myself because I wanted to earn their respect too. I don't want to be a guy that would hide behind all those guys.
Yeah.
But back then, I mean, every team had a lot of those guys. So it was you grew up quick. That's for
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure.
Marchman. Oh my God, dude, those guys would rock you.
Yeah.
But you like that type though? You talk about Craig McTavish and not like talking to you. Like you like that as a veteran? And did you take that too? Like when
No.
you were, I was going to say, because I don't like
that
that either.
No, I didn't. Now looking back on it, it made me. It's a fine line because at the end of my career, you'd have some young guys come in and you're like, shut up, and go out there and play. They're telling the coach to F off, and you're like, dude, guys, like, are you fucking serious? But then they're making $5-6 million a year, and they think that they're the best thing ever. Where when I started, if I did that, they would probably beat the shit out of you, and you would just lose that respect factor in the dressing room. And I did not want to do that. But the young guys coming in when I was captain and stuff, I would make them feel at home, but I'd also would make them accountable for everything too. You can't just let them off the hook because then it accumulates and it's a disaster. We had a big problem with Radulov in Nashville. He was just part of it is his brain. I think he's out there. He's an ADD, like always hyper. But we'd be surrounded by trots doing a play on the board in practice, and all you hear is like ting, ting. And I look down at the other end and he's shooting pucks
Oh my God.
in the net. And and I'm like, what the fuck? So I pulled him aside one day. I go, you do that again and I'm going to fucking tear your head off. Don't ever disrespect a team like that. Get your ass over here. I don't care what you're doing. He's like, well, I didn't know what we were. I'm like, you damn well knew what we were doing. We're all standing by the board.
Yeah.
So then he kind of got an attitude. Then everybody kind of was giving it to him a bit. And he got an attitude of, well, the guys don't like me, you know, blah, blah, blah. And you know, I had meetings with Trotzy about it. And I'm like, Trotzy, we like when he's on the ice, he's great. But he's showing no respect to anybody. And if he doesn't earn respect, how you're going to shut him out. You got to make him feel like that, because then he's going to just keep doing it.
Such a distraction, man. It sounds petty, but it's a fucking distraction.
It really is.
Were you on the team when he had that hotel issue, whatever, when he before he went back to, or were you on the team when all of a sudden he went out, hotel situation, then ended up going back to Russia, or what?
No. I was gone that year. I went back to New Jersey, and he got caught coming in during the playoffs or something.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing about it. I'm like, I'm not surprised at all. And then that was final straw. And then he's like, screw this, I'm going back to Russia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good. I'm like, good. You go back to Russia and stay there. And then when he came back, I was like, oh my God. How are they letting him back into this league? But I think he grew a little bit and kind of missed it, and that's probably why he came back. But
what about Gomer, Scotty?
He was the best.
He was a little cocky because he was rookie of the year. Mm-hmm. He wins a fucking cup.
Wins the cup, yeah.
He does. He kind of a couple of accolades, and I heard so many stories when I was in with Devils and all that shit. But like, I know Patty Burns had to fucking tell him to shut the fuck up a couple times. Bash his phone. Like, how was he growing up? Like as a young kid.
Well, see, I was gone. I left a few years after that, so that he won those and he was fine. But we had, and he had that little bit of cocky arrogance about him, but he would always laugh it off and make you laugh at the same time. He may have gotten worse later on, but I wasn't around for that. But he was just, his first year when we won, he had a blast, obviously, because he had, like you said, he got all these accolades and everything like that. But that year, it didn't really change him. He was still a lot of fun. We hung out a lot and had a blast. But I could see he'd be one guy that it could go to his head a little bit.
Okay, listen, we're kind of bouncing around all over. We'll get back to Jersey, but I got to ask you about Radulov, though. Yep. Like, when you score the playoff goal and he jumps into your arms and, like, forces you to hit your head on the boards and you get a concussion.
Yeah, knocked me out.
Oh
my God. You came back and played the next game, I think, but then, like, the next game, you started experiencing symptoms. Like walk us through that, and what'd you say to him after that? Like, I couldn't believe what happened. Never seen that before.
I didn't speak to him again after that. I didn't even look at him. I mean, I know it wasn't his fault. That's the way he is. But it's like he basically jumped into me and knocked shoulder to chin. And I remember falling down and blacking out for a second. And then I was kind of out of it, rolling around. And then I'm like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I don't remember scoring. And I got up and I'm like, what's going on? And I went over the bench and now everything's spinning. And then I finished that game, but I couldn't play the next game because I couldn't even drive my car. Like, everything was like dizzy and spinning and I'm like, and we just tied the series up 2-2 against Detroit, and we were playing really well. And then I remember just sitting in the room and then we went back to Detroit and I was sitting in the dressing room and they wouldn't even let me go on the ice or nothing. I'm like, well, let me try and go for morning skate. And they're like, you're not playing. You're complaining about headaches and symptoms and everything. You're not playing. And then I just remember just sitting there going, and then we ended up losing to them. And, I was just like, what? But I get asked about that all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, the building was going crazy because Ryan Suter scored like 9 seconds before that, right?
Yeah.
So it was, and you guys, Dominic Hasek's in goal, you score, and then all of a sudden, And you guys were doing pretty well in terms of from an offensive standpoint in that series. Then you went out, and then it was like series over for Nashville. But what about like guys like Suter and Weber? Like when I think you came there maybe their second year in the league when you got to Nashville. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But like, did you know these?
It was their first years, I believe, when I first got there. Yeah.
You knew right away both these guys were going to be like real. Like did one guy? Did you gravitate to one guy over the other? Like they were both obviously like pillars of the franchise. Everyone knew they were going to be big pieces moving forward.
Yeah, I knew both of them were going to be huge, great players. The attitude of Suits was night and day to Webb's.
Really?
He thought, because I rode with him a lot to the rink because we lived close to each other, and all he would do is complain about how come he's not on the power play? How come he doesn't play enough? I can't believe this guy's making this much money.
Really?
I'm like, dude, it's your first year in the league. I go, you're gonna make so much money if you keep going the way you're going and how good you are. You don't have to worry about that. Why are you worried about that right now? And it's your first year. I'm like, just go out and play and stop complaining about everything. So that was his mentality. But Webb's was, anytime that I would say something, he was like, yep, oh yeah, yeah. Any help you can give me, I'll take it. Or like, he was night and day. He wanted to learn and super respectful and played hard, and so two different dynamics of mentality of players. But I knew right away that both of them were going to be, studs in the NHL and big time players.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Listen, I had heard that about Ryan Suter really throughout his career, even in Minnesota, and it surprises me because I got to know
hated him there.
Oh yeah, I got to know his dad, because he coached a AAA team out of Madison. Yeah. He drove the Zamboni in the rink. He just wore jeans, total blue collar guy. And so it would surprise me to hear that Ryan was like that when you consider his dad was such a hardworking hockey guy.
Sometimes that happens, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he just got bought out.
It is. Yeah, I know.
And gets a 4-year deal in Dallas at 36.
Yeah. I know. Well, he made his money.
Crazy. Oh yeah, he did make his money, but yeah, I heard he was a huge distraction in that dressing room. And knowing Billy Guerin, he's not putting up with that, and he's cleaning house to bring back, and now look at them. They're he's built a phenomenal team without all that money and distraction. And
no, Billy doesn't give a shit.
No.
Same thing with Parisi.
No.
And we had Billy G on with us too. And I remember when he got the job, people see Billy G as this happy-go-lucky, hilarious comedian, life of the room, but he'll get in your face too. And he'll tell you to shut the fuck up.
I've seen it. I played with him. He was my line mate in Dallas here, and guys didn't know how to take him. He would get in my face too, and I hung out with him all the time, and he was my line mate. But if I wasn't playing, he'd be like, Arnie, wake the fuck up, get in my face, like nose to nose, and be ready to throw down if I got mad, or he didn't give a shit. And he's one guy that I go anywhere he goes, he's going to do really well, or he's going to win. He knows how to win Stanley Cups, and a lot of guys didn't like his attitude here in Dallas because it was very, Mike Mo didn't say shit. He didn't say anything to anybody. Hatch was pretty quiet. He kind of led by example on the ice. There was no guy. All the older guys had left, so there was no guy that got into guys' faces here in Dallas, and some guys didn't like it. That for some rhyme or reason they didn't like, the old school. You don't show up to play, you're going to get in shit type thing. So, but as soon as he went there, I'm like, 100% Suits and Parisi are gone.
See ya. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And now look at them now. So, hey, listen, but as a young kid though, the first time you get traded, you go to New Jersey. Was that a wake up call? Was it hard for you to deal with? How did you take that? Were you surprised and just completely shocked?
Oh, I wouldn't take Lou's call. I was so pissed off that he traded me out of New Jersey. because I was having a lot of fun. We had a great team. My line was all like, we had one of the best lines in the NHL.
Yeah.
A-line.
And I was in shock that it traded me. And it wasn't even like the rumor didn't really go around that I was being shopped or even traded at that time. So I didn't know. And I was injured at the time when I got calls, and I went to treatment and I came back, still hadn't heard anything. And then I don't know, I was doing something, and then my phone didn't stop ringing, and I'm like, what the hell? And then it was my brother calling me, who was my agent and he's like, have you heard the news yet? And I'm like, no, why? He goes, Lou traded you to Dallas. And I'm like, what? And I sat down. I couldn't fucking, I was like in shock that I was traded there. Because from it, when I went to Edmonton to New Jersey, I wanted out of Edmonton. I went to Slats and said, I need out of here. You got to trade me. Please trade me. And he's like, I'm not trading you. You need to fight through it. And I don't want to lose you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Slats, I can't do this anymore.
Why'd you want out of there? Why'd you want out of Edmonton?
It's the whole, because anything that I did, whether if I scored 25 goals, well, it's not 35. If I did, it was just the media were pricks, and they wouldn't lay off me, and I couldn't. I know that's I guess you could say it's a pussy move to be asked to be traded, but I just couldn't handle it anymore. And then I'd go out and the fans would be on me because they'd be reading what was in the paper, and it was just it was ongoing. And then we didn't make, if we made the playoffs or didn't make the playoffs. It just, the spotlight was too heavy for me, and I finally just said, I need out of here. I need a change to change my career up.
Well, you see it with Draisaitl now. Like, they're asking him why he's so pissy and all this type of stuff. And like Draisaitl was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
and I saw that, and he's the leading scorer in the league. It's like, why are you asking him that?
Well, he does look pissy a lot. He does.
He does.
They were losing at the time.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but as a player, when a reporter asks you that, and you're going through and you're losing, you just don't want to. Just ask me something about the team. Ask me why. Don't ask me personal questions. And they just know how to push your buttons. And then a few times, you'd see them at the bar, on the road, and they come over and have a beer with you, and you're like, what are you doing? You just wrote an article about me, how shitty I was and how this and that. And the two reporters, I remember this distinctly, said, Arnie, positivity doesn't sell. And I'm like, what? They're like, who wants to read positive things about you guys and the money you make and all this? Negative. I sell 80% more papers when I write negative shit than when I write positive. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
That's how it is, man.
So it just got to be too much. And I probably had 4 or 5 meetings with Slats because he wouldn't trade me. And I kept calling my brother. I'm like, wait, I got to get out of here. What's happening? He's like, nothing. Slats isn't doing anything. He goes, you're going to have to go in and talk to him again. So I had many meetings where I went in and talked to him. And then finally, my brother said, New Jersey's right in there. And then I thought, New Jersey, Jesus. I didn't know much about New Jersey because we never really played them. Mm-hmm. And then I looked at their lineup and they were like first overall. And I'm like, loaded. Yeah, that'd be a good fit.
I'll go there. I'll go there.
And then I got there and there was like, 3 reporters and I'm like, where is everybody? Because usually it's like 100 reporters in the room. And we got to New Jersey and it was like, what? It was just a weight loaded off me. And then I got to play with all those guys. Dougie Gilmore was there when I got there, and Scotty Stevens and Dave Andrewchuk, Stevie Thomas.
Dano.
These are all my idols growing up. Dano,
Marty.
Dano was the best. Dano's the best.
Was that crazy Dano at the time? Was that I'm taking one toothbrush for a $5 8-day road trip, 1 toothbrush in his pocket.
And what, no clothes?
No clothes, just a toothbrush, I heard.
No clothes. And then then we'd get home, he'd go to New York and wouldn't come back for like 3 days or something.
Lou put up with that with him, though. Isn't it weird how sometimes...
Because he was really, really close with Dr. Mack, the owner.
Yep.
Dano.
Oh, really?
And Dano showed up to play.
Exactly.
Lou knew that we would all go out, everything we were doing, but he let it go until you didn't come to play. So, all those old guys, they go to the bar right from practice and drink all day long, like Davey Andrechuk and Dougie Gilmore, and I'm like, holy shit. How are you guys?
You're like, I'm eating ostrich sandwiches over here.
I know. You're eating air. These guys are. Isn't it weird? Like they would do that with me. I was still in the old school with Matt Mavichuk and Whitey and all the guys. They go to sushi for lunch, and they drink all day, and then 9 o'clock they go to bed because they had to get home because they have families. And then us young guys would go out after that, so it's like a double whammy. But that was the old school style, man. But it's funny how Lou didn't do shit.
Yeah. No, he didn't because they all showed up to play. Yep. All those old guys knew how to drink and party, but when it time, they were all there at 6 a.m. taping their sticks.
Yep.
I come walking in, like last minute, trying to get as much sleep as I can. I'm hungover, and these guys are like, nothing ever happened. I'm like, what the hell? So it was, it was a great change for me, and I got to New Jersey and I wasn't the guy anymore. It was a huge weight lifted on me. I could actually concentrate and play and not worry about scoring every night and just go out and have fun and play again and then learn from those older guys as well. Watching those guys play every single night, showing up every night and how they handled themselves, and such a huge, you had Scotty Stevens who didn't say much, but holy shit, when he got on the ice, it was like, fuck, just a machine. I call him a machine. He never barely wore shoulder pads, and he would block shots. And I don't think he ever iced. I don't even think he put ice on his body. It was like he never even played the game hardly.
Really?
And he would just kill guys on the ice.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I know. I know.
I just every time he's on the ice, I'm like, okay, who's he gonna kill?
How about when Hatcher caught Sakura?
Sicky. Oh, I love him.
Sakura. When he caught him, though, in the playoffs, though, and he's like on a stretcher. I thought one of the coolest things I've ever seen, honestly. You guys win the cup, obviously, the next game. You scored the game winner. We'll get into that. But to bring his jersey out on the ice, Larry Robinson puts the jersey on, lifts the cup.
Yeah.
It's like an emotional scene, like without a doubt. But when you see him laying on the ice and Darian Hatcher, he'll catch it too. Sakura just, cuts right across the middle and just gets absolutely buried. Like, what are you thinking at that moment?
I don't know. It was it definitely was a crushing feeling, especially for us because he was such a huge part of our line.
Oh yeah,
and we were doing really well as a line together in that series, and that was the final. Well, it was Game 6, but could have went to Game 7, and in your mind, he's not coming back for Game 7 for sure. And it was hard. It was definitely emotional and everything, but we knew we had to get back in and focus, and that's kind of the way our team was. And then they put McGillney with us after he left. So guys would just fill in, but yeah, it was, as soon as we won, we had that jersey on the ice, and it was so emotional that he wasn't there with us because he was such a huge part of our team. And when you lose a player and he's not there to celebrate like that, it was devastating. We actually, as soon as we got off the ice, I went to Patty and said, "Patty, grab the cup. I've got a limo right outside. we're going to see Sicky in the hospital.
Oh
man,
he's
So
such a good
we
dude.
so we left the team with the Cub.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if they were mad or if they even knew, but we fucking took off.
Weren't you in
And
Dallas, right? You were in Dallas, right?
We were in Dallas, yeah. So we went to the hospital and we filled it up with orange juice because he wasn't allowed to have champagne. And we tipped it over for him in his hospital bed so he could sip out of it, and took photos with it and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So at least we could celebrate a little bit with him and hang out with him. But it would have sucked for him to be lonely, alone in a different city by himself, dizzy as hell, wondering what's going on. And so,
such a good
yeah,
dude.
I was, oh my God, one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet.
Always smiling, always smiling.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, Robbie Ftorek, he's your head coach and gets fired
Robbie
with like 8 games left in the regular season. Was he crazy or what? And then
He was awesome.
But
I
you guys
loved
were
him.
like in first place and he gets fired and Larry Robinson takes over. And you guys, but still, man, I mean, even if it was like the right move, like that's got to be just an absolute shock to see your head coach get fired that late in the season when you're in first place.
Yeah, it was a huge shock. I don't know, one person. I mean, I learned a lot from him, but I did not like him.
Oh, really?
If that makes any sense. Yeah, it was very arrogant, thought he knew everything about the game. Everything was a quiz. Like I remember one game during the season, we had warm up, we came off, we're sitting there, we put all our gear on, waiting for him to come in. He comes in and he draws a hangman on the board. Like, a hangman, a fucking hangman. And then he puts the lines underneath it like words. I don't know what it said, but he goes, "You guys have to figure this out before we go out." We're like, so I think Dano yells out, "I'll take an A." And then we never ended up getting it. And I think he wrote it on the board, but we were almost going to get a penalty because we weren't out on the ice for the opening. But that was his. He just thought of things like that. And when I first got traded there, he was the assistant coach, was Jacques Lemaire. And I'm in the training room and I don't know anybody. And everybody's coming up and saying hi and everything. And Robbie comes up, doesn't introduce himself. I don't know who he is because I don't know any of the coaches other than Jacques that are there. And he goes, "Jason, list 5 of the top offensive teams in the league and 5 top defensive teams in the league." And I'm like, "What?"
You're like, "I hate hockey.
Hey,
I don't even watch hockey."
I pay attention myself.
He didn't say, "Hey, I'm Robbie Ftorek. Nice to meet you." Nothing. Didn't introduce himself. Nothing. And I'm looking around, and all the guys, I could see them smirking, kind of, and they all left the training room. So I listed 5 top offensive teams, I thought, and the 5 top defensive teams. I didn't list New Jersey as a top offensive team, but I listed them as number 1 as a defensive team because that was the way they were playing, and with the trap and all that kind of stuff. And he got really mad at me because I didn't list. He goes, "Why didn't you list the team as a top offensive team? We're second behind Detroit." And I was like, "No, I didn't know that." And he goes, "Well, you should know that." And then he turned around and walked out. I'm looking at Billy Murray, our trainer.
Billy.
I go, who the fuck was that guy? He goes, "Oh, that's your assistant coach." I'm like, "Oh my God." And then they hired him as the head coach, and he would just he made a lot of sense in things that we did on the ice and taught me how to play defensive hockey, because coming from Edmonton, it was freewheeling. We didn't really play a lot of D, and so in zone play, I learned a lot from him. But behind the bench and just as a personality, he was very hard to deal with. And we were on a down roll spiral. Like we were dominating everybody. Then all of a sudden, Lou could tell that Robbie was not getting along with all of us, and he was losing it a lot on the bench and losing it in the dressing room. So I think Lou thought we already lost the first 2 years I was there. We lost in the first round, and we were the number 1 seed. We lost to the 8th seed 2 years in a row, and I think he was like, we're on that road again. And then he did it, and we were. It was a sigh of relief because nobody really wanted him there anyway at the end because he was just hard to handle. And then Larry was like opposite. Larry
God.
I mean, he smiles every day and just let us play. And kind of it was like that load off. Okay, guys, now it's a reset. He's gone. Let's get back to playing the way we were playing before. And we did. We turned it around and started playing the way we had before. But one more story I'll tell you about Robbie. We're all in the room. He called a big meeting. He's mad at us because we're not playing well. And all the coaches are in there. Everybody's in there. And he goes, Larry, how many games? Okay, this is Larry Robertson we're talking about here, right? Like Hall of Famer, million Stanley Cups, one of the best defensemen of all time. He goes, Larry, how many games do you think we should win during the whole year?
What? 90.
Like out of 82 games, how many games do you think we should win? And Larry's like, well, due to injury and
he gives like a thought out answer.
And he's thinking it out, and so he gives his answer, and he goes, so you're telling me you don't think we should win 82 out of 82? Larry's like, no, I don't. I think that's pretty near impossible. And Robbie goes, well, you know what, Larry, with that fucking attitude, you can get the fuck out of my dressing room.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
To Larry Robinson?
Swear to God. And he stared at Larry down, and Larry was in shock. We were all in shock. We thought he was fucking around. And he's like, seriously, get the fuck out of my dressing room.
Oh.
And Larry stood up and walked out. We were all like, wow.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's when everything started going down.
Does Lou know that's happening? Like, is Lou in the room for that or no?
No, but he knows.
Somebody went and I'm sure Marty went and fucking told him because Marty and Lou were pretty tight, and or Scotty went to tell him, or
No, or Mike Vasilani, your trainer, would go tell him. He had his
guy.
Oh
my God.
We love Vass. So.
Hey, what's the story though?
Talk about the were you did they have the weight thing? Like if you gained 4 pounds, you're in the fat club or whatever. You'd have to go in and
4 pounds.
Lose it. I'm like, fuck off, Mike. I just went out last night. Of course, I'm going to be 4 pounds over, and and he had it all charted and highlighted, and I'm like, oh my God.
I would starve myself, Arnie. I would starve myself. I wouldn't even drink water because that puts weight on you. So I'd be dehydrated and I'd starve myself. And then you feel like crap, but you made weight. So it was bizarre. I'd be in
the sauna just sweating it out before I went on the scale. And then I remember Jacques when I went back to New Jersey. Jacques came back as our coach, and I remember him. I'm looking at the list, and my name's highlighted on the fat, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I got 7% body fat. How the fuck am I on the fat club? Like all the guys that are, their weight fluctuates a lot or heavy. And I'm like, something's wrong. And I go to Mike and I go, Bass, what is going on here? He's like, well, your name's on there, so you got to go get in the gym. And I'm like, something's fucking wrong. So I marched into Jacques' office and I go, Jacques, you think that I'm overweight? He's like, well, Jason, your name's here, and let's look over here. It's 235 pounds. And I'm like, Jacques, I'm not 235 pounds. And you know what it was? It was Volchenkov was right below me, below my name, and he was looking at his weight, and it was me, and put me on the fat. And Volchenkov wasn't even on the fat club. He was fine. He's like, oh, sorry, Jason, I made a mistake. Oh, like, what the fuck?
Fucking Anton Volchenkov. Great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
We were talking to Larry Robbins. Like, he said one of the hardest things he ever did, and I don't remember this at all. So I assume it happened though, was that he took the A off your jersey.
Oh.
Like, did that happen?
Yes, he did.
Why did he do that? And what was that about? Like, did that hurt you? Did you not care? Like, was it a big deal? Like, how'd you take that?
It was the like when the A's and stuff went around after a lot of the vets left. The players all voted on who they wanted the assistant captains to go to, and they voted me and Randy McKay to wear the A's. So I wore the A for a long time. Then it got to the point where why he did it, I think he just did it to show, if I wasn't playing great and I was down on myself and I wasn't, I just wasn't involved as much as I was because I was trying to take care of my own career and I wasn't outspoken as much anymore. So he just took it off me and gave it to Bobby Holik for a little bit. And I understood that. I mean, it's, whether I have a letter on my jersey or not, I'm still going to go out and play and perform. And, but it obviously it's a little crushing. Yeah. When you get it taken away from you and when you didn't really do anything devastating for him to take it off me was probably the one thing I always thought about was really like, what did I do to take that away from me? In my mind, I didn't do anything that was that devastating to replace it, but he was the coach and he's Larry and I had to respect that.
Well, look at all the guys it's happened to over the years.
Dude.
Madonna, Brett Hall, Dustin Brown. There's been a bunch of guys.
And sometimes and sometimes you feel like they do it to please the other player because his contract's coming up.
Mm-hmm. And
sometimes they just do it for a change in the room and it's happened. It's happening more and more as of late, for sure.
So listen, I want to ask you about obviously like the double overtime goal. I mean, to clinch the Stanley Cup. I mean, everyone knows you for that. You'll go down in history forever. Huge part of the Devils' history. But like, how has that changed your life? Like, most people will never, ever experience anything close to that. So that stays with you forever, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was watching it 2 nights ago. After you guys called or texted me to be on here, I flipped it on TV on the YouTube and watched the highlights of it. And it's just really cool because you get into your own lives and, with my family and everybody, and you kind of forget a little bit about, not that I forget about it, but it's always nice to go back and watch the old highlights and, see the old guys and what we went through to get there. I watched the games back then to now, and I'm like, holy man, the slashing and the toughness and how rough it was. And the refs just let us play. And, I remember watching the game last night. I guess the guy hit his stick wrong and it was a hooking penalty or a slashing penalty. And then I see, Sergei Zubov, when Rafalski went around him the one time and when he scored in Dallas, Zubov must have whacked him on the hands 4 times when he went around him.
No call.
I'm talking like tomahawk him. Mm-hmm. And no call. And Rafi ended up scoring the goal, but I'm like, Zuby would be suspended probably today if he did that.
Oh God, yeah.
So it's just a different dynamic. I love watching the old stuff because it's what you got to go through to win was war is what I put it through. I don't find the guys now look like they're going through war to win. They're all highly skilled. Don't get me wrong. It's crazy skill, but I don't feel like they go through war to win right now because of the rule changes.
Well, I see your, just that iconic picture with you lifting the cup over your head, 2 black eyes.
God damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I had my wrist. I had to have my wrist taped because what was his name in Florida? Barry?
Tyson Berry? No,
his dad.
Len Berry.
Len Berry was in Florida. And all he did every time he came out on the ice was two-hand me on the arm every time. On the face-off. And I'm like, at one point I'm skating by and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I go, you're lucky this is fucking playoffs right now. And he's like, sorry, man, I've been told to do that. And I'm like, what? And he goes, every time I'm out here, you're going to get it. I'm like,
oh shit.
Fuck. So that's all he did. So I had to wear taped wrists the whole time because my wrists were so sore from him slashing me on the wrists. And then I got I had black eyes through the whole playoffs. You come off after every game, it felt like you played 50 games already. The war you went through was insane, just because it was so rough and tough, and they wouldn't call a lot of penalties, and I mean it was war. It was
even the hooking and clutching back then, though. Like even like your stomach gets fucking torn. Look, like you got whipped or something. Like it's horrible.
Yeah. Coming through the neutral zone, there was no freewheeling. There was a stick on you, and then you ran into the defenseman, who could put a stick between your legs and run you out and throw you into the glass. And
can opener.
I mean, it was there's a lot more dumping it in back then than there is now.
Well, speaking of that, how many stitches going back to when you were in Nashville? I think it was Dan Heinold. Was it Heinold who hit you?
Oh yeah, no,
and you go right into the glass, man, and then
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, you beat the shit out of him afterwards. You got a bunch of like
we love Danny Heinold.
You got a bunch of uppercuts on him, but like how bad was that injury? Because I mean, listen, rarely do you see a bloody face like that.
30 or 40.
Oh God!
In my eye, and my eye the next day was like swollen, like big time, and. At that time, I thought he elbowed me, but it was a clean hit. Like if I watch it now, I'm like, oh fuck! All he did was just hit me.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't prepared enough for it, and my head hit the glass. But I thought in my mind, I'm like, motherfucker, just fucking elbowed me. And then as soon as I felt the blood coming down off my eye, then I went fucking squirrely and bananas.
It's like a Halloween scene.
I was just looking for him everywhere on the ice.
When he went to the bar that night, the girls still talked to him.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be completely honest.
They're put their hands
you
through
could
your
have
hair.
a million stitches in your goddamn face.
It didn't matter.
The people here in Dallas love that. They're like, oh my God, I love that.
What do you do, sir?
Yeah.
I just got done playing hockey.
Hey, funny story. Like I'm sitting in a coffee shop at a hotel one day at the draft, whatever, and I knew your brother. But I'd never met him in person because I talked to him on the phone a million times, whatever. And he's sitting right next to me, and I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, I'm Wade Arnott. I'm like, oh, whatever. Good to meet you in person. Yeah. And I said, you know what? The Blues, they need a third-line center. I said, they're looking for one right now. I go, Jason Arnott will be perfect here in St. Louis. He's like, oh, that's not a bad idea. And he calls me like a day or two later. He's like, you know what? We may be signing in St. Louis.
And he starts everything.
You can ask him that story. And listen, I love your brother, man. He's one of like the guys I know I can trust. Like he's a straight shooter. I know when I talk to him, I'm getting like the straight goods. Always had a good relationship with him. But like, how do you look at you're only here for a year, but although you came back the next year and you practiced for a few days, like. Let me back up. Like, why'd you fail your physical with the Rangers? Like, what happened with that?
Yeah.
Oh, my knee was shot. I had no more cartilage in my knee, so I was bone on bone.
Oh.
And I was bone on bone in St. Louis, and I kept having to get shots for it just to play. And it was a struggle for me to play at the end of the season. You know, I'd lost my edge and speed a little bit because I was hobbling on it. So I went and got scoped again that summer, and the doc's like, you have like very little, a lot of scar tissue in there from the surgeries before, and you have very little meniscus left. He goes, that's what's causing you from not being able to, really play on it. And he goes, I can remove it, but then you're going to be completely bone on bone. And it's only a matter of time before you're not going to be able to even walk on it. And he goes, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years, but he goes, I'm just letting you know. Do you want me to do it? And I'm like, well, Doc, I want to play next year, so yes, do it, and I'll deal with it later because I can't play on it right now. So he went and did it, and I trained on it. I did the recovery, trained on it, felt great, was ready to go at the beginning of the summer. And then I thought in my mind, you know what? I'm gonna get a shot before, a month before training camp. I hadn't signed anywhere, and I went and got a shot, and I got a huge infection in my knee from the shot, and it blew up, and I couldn't get it down, and it just was a bad reaction inside the knee. So they had to go back in surgery again and scrape all the infected everything out of it. So then I'm 1 month from training camp, and I hadn't signed anywhere, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then we didn't go back because it was, I believe it was a little bit of a lockout, right?
Yeah, 12. Was it 12,
12?
13? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, perfect. It gives me a little more time to recover. And I got back on the ice, and I'm skating, and it's just, I could barely put weight on it, but I'm like, I still think I can play in my mind. So I get back into shape and everything, and Slats calls my brother in New York and says, what's Jason doing? We need a veteran guy here, and blah, blah, blah. So Wade's like, well, I'll call him and see if he'd be interested in doing that. And I said, yeah, I'd love to go to New York and play, even though I knew fucking the devil people would be fucking so mad at me for doing that. But that was long history, long ago. So I showed up in New York. I signed, got into the dressing room, and the doc did a physical on me and was looking at my knee, and he goes, what happened here? I'm like, oh, nothing. I just had, arthroscopic surgery in the summertime, and it's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. And he's like, he's really looking at it. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. So he goes, go stand over there. So I stood over there, and he's looking at me from behind and looking at me from the front. He's like, I think we need to get an MRI done on that knee. And I'm like, why? I mean, it's fine. I've been skating. Everything's fine. He's like, no, I think we need to get an MRI. So the next morning I went in to get an MRI done, and it's all done, and I'm waiting. And so Slats and the doctor called me into his office, and Slats is like, I don't know how to tell you this, man, but I can't sign you. And I'm like, what? He goes, and then the doc's like, I don't even know how you're walking on that thing, let alone you think you're going to play. And I'm like, I'm fine. What are you guys talking about? So I argued with him for a little while, and then it hit me in the back of my mind that, am I done? This is how I'm going to be done. My career is over. And I'm like, fuck, this can't be happening. And I pleaded with Slats, and Slats is like, Arnie, I'd love to sign you, but if you come back and play, and you can only play for 1 week, and then your knee goes, what do I do then? I burned a contract, and the doctor you're looking at right here, he's going to get fired because he passed you when he shouldn't have. And I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, fuck. So anyway, I left there. I came back. I was devastated. I remember coming home and telling my wife, I'm like, I think this is over, but I think I can still play. I'm just devastated. So Philadelphia calls like a week later. Nobody knows this because I flew in to Philly on my own, and they're like, well, bring him in. My brother told him about the knee, and they're like, bring him in. Let's us look at him, and we'd love to have him here in Philly. So I flew into Philly. The same thing. Doc looks at me, looks at the MRI that I got in New York, and he's like, not a chance.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm like, fuck, I'm done. This is it. I got to accept it. And then nobody really released why I didn't pass the physical. Everybody thought I was out of shape or something.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that because I was in the best shape of my life. So I ended up, not retiring. I kind of just came home, and then some time went by again. And then I remember being in LA with my wife, and I hadn't really been training a whole lot. And Army called me, and I think they needed some more veteran leadership in the room and stuff like that. And so I said, all right, I would consider it. And he goes, well, we're in town in Dallas. Can you be in town? And Hitch wants to talk to you and, see how you're doing. And so I met Hitch at a restaurant, and we talked for a little while. And he said, how are you feeling? How's your knee? And I'm like, my knee's great. I can play. No problem. And he goes, okay, well, let's do it. Let's get you on the ice, and we'll get you around and all that. And so I went on the ice, and I wasn't in the best of shape. So it was going to take me a week or two to get moving around. And I thought I was doing great practicing. I practiced with the guys near the end. At the beginning, they skated the shit out of me and all that. But I did have when I came out of the corner, I just didn't have the power or the strength on my one leg. I was always on my other leg. And I guess the coaching staff got together, and the assistant coaches, and like, he's not going to last. Like, he's having a hard time, crossing over and getting out of the corner. Straight away, I was fine. It was in corners battling where my knee just that sharp pain between my bone, it really hurt. But I wasn't willing to give up. I wanted to keep trying and everything. And then Doug called me in and was like, we would love to have you, but we just can't afford you going down and, me signing you and then you not playing for a week. And so that was it. I announced my retirement after that. And then, believe it or not, like a month later, I couldn't even walk off the golf course. Oh. It was so bad. Mm. So the doctor in New York was right. It hit me really, really hard. That same year, I couldn't even play around. Like I had to sit in the golf cart. I couldn't walk off the green or nothing. And then I called the doc here in Dallas, and I said, I need to come in. I got to do something. I can't do anything on this leg. So I went in, and he's like, "Oh, you need a full knee replacement, 100%." Yeah. So I went and did that, and it's been unbelievable ever since.
Wow. So how did you reflect on that 1 year though here in St. Louis before we let you go? Like that, this playing here for a year. Well, he had 17 goals, whatever. I mean, Hitch came in as the coach.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I didn't like Hitch, but I loved it. I mean, he was I don't know. I don't think a lot of guys liked him that much, but I love the guys. I thought we had an awesome team. It was fun. It was a great city to play in. I wish we would have done better with the team that we had. I thought we could have went far, but that was the year we ran into LA when they ended up winning it all, where we ran into them, and they were just, I mean, they were, oh God, they were on a mission. But I think if we would have got by LA, we would have done really well.
Did they keep you out of the play? Did you have an injury in the playoffs that year too? Was it a shoulder or the knee?
I didn't. It was the knee. The last two games, I didn't play the last two games in LA.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to remember.
Damn.
How's your head? Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, my head's fine. I think my wife would say I'm not fine, but
welcome to my world, brother.
Yeah. Anytime you lose it or snap a little bit, she's like, I think you got some reoccurring concussions. You need to go see someone. I'm like, no, I'm not. We just need to, how about we just stop spending for a little bit and,
stop spending.
Stop spending money. Would you stop? My head's okay. Stop spending money.
Yeah. Exactly.
But anytime you do fuck up, you're like, well, my head's fucked up.
Could you imagine
That's what I do.
Jason Arnott and Sheldon Suter together?
Oh, Arnie.
Walking into the bar together.
Oh, dude. Can I just be your wheelman back in the day? Just stand there.
Did you guys hang out? Did you hang out with Sheldon or no?
We had him on, by the way.
I got a lot in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They just flock to him, don't they? I remember.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Gomer's like, I hung out with Shelley one time in New York, and a good-looking girl goes up to him and goes, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You're the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life." And she turns around and walks away. And Gomer's like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Oh my God!
Yeah,
How does that feel?
crazy.
Jesus. Hey, I will say this real quick before we
was
let you go,
crazy.
Arnie. Man, I remember one time you're playing in Nashville. I think I fought B. I don't know who was on the team, but I remember just being a dick. And I don't like to chirp guys unless they're another tough guy or something. But I chirped you, and you looked over at me and you go,
When I was on the ice?
when you were on the ice, I was on the bench.
What were you doing on the ice when Cam was out there?
No. I was on the bench like a jackass. No, it's even worse. He's on the ice doing things, Andy. Which
yeah.
I was off. I was on the bench
You're
like
on
an
the bench.
asshole. And I said something to you, and you just looked at me and you go, "What'd you say, boy?" And I go, "Oh." I go, "Oh, my God, what am I doing?" And, like, somebody else looked at me and goes, "Jesus, Cam." And after the game, I went up to you under the underbelly of Nashville, and I went up and I shook your hand and I apologized to you.
Really?
He won't remember that, but I remember that. And I'm like, I'm a fucking asshole.
Do you remember that, Jason?
I did. I
He
swear
probably-
to God,
I don't
I
remember
did.
that, no.
He probably thinks it was you.
No, it was him.
it was
Andy.
Radulov.
It was you. I can't mistake you for anybody. That's it, Shelley.
It was somebody's.
I'm just saying.
Somebody's telling a story right now about the time Cam Jansen went and thought he
I
was
know.
Jason Arnott, and
No,
Some other players on podcasts going,
oh yeah.
Some
Cam
other guy.
Jansen, he's a nice guy. He
Yeah.
didn't even apologize to me.
I did do that to you. I just wanted you to know that, man.
Hey.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
That's
that.
hilarious.
Hey, anytime, buddy.
Hey, there is the chance that never happened, by the way.
Anytime, buddy. Arnie, you're the best, dude.
Yep.
I heard so many good things about
Yep.
you, man. Talking to everybody.
Hey, congrats on a great career,
Yeah,
though, too, man.
dude.
417 goals, almost 1,000 points, man.
Dude.
Over 1,200 games. Like, unreal career.
Awesome
So
career,
congrats
man.
on that. So
Thank you so much.
You got a good
Appreciate it.
reputation, man. Everybody
Yeah.
loves you, dude. Go enjoy yourself. Don't make. Hey, put your foot down on the wife situation. She's spending too much money. Put your foot down on that
I
bad
know.
boy. You know how to do it.
I am.
do you have a boat?
Yeah.
Do you have any
You
toys
got
or
any
anything?
toys? You got any toys?
Yeah, I have a boat. Yeah, wake surfing boat.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Where do you
right
spend your summers? You said you go somewhere else in the summer.
We go back to Muskoka every summer.
Oh, there you go.
Muskoka.
Wendell Clark. We talk. Everyone's in
there.
Muskoka.
Muskoka.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
all
I
the
played
boys.
golf with Wendell a lot in Muskoka.
Yeah, we had him on, man.
Yeah,
He was
we
great.
get everybody on, Arnie. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, go
You're the
enjoy
best,
yourself,
man.
dude.
Enjoy yourself.
You're the man, dude.
All right, you too, guys. Thanks a lot.
See you, buddy. Right on.
The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
All right, that was Jason Arnott
Arnie.
here on the Cam Strick Podcast, presented by Hair Club. I don't think Radulov will like that interview very much.
Yeah, I know. He's supposed to be a little dink ball.
Or Ryan Suter.
Or Suter. Yeah, you're right. Ryan Suter. I forgot about that. But
So if you guys know anybody with the Dallas Stars, I just don't even let them know about this interview.
no, let them know.
Oh, you want them to know about
Yeah,
this?
why not?
Okay.
No, we don't do interviews for people not to know about them. Come on. It's the opposite effect.
Although our boy lives there,
Who?
Jason.
He doesn't give a goddamn.
He doesn't.
He's 6'4" and he's beautiful and his wife's beautiful and they got money.
He looks
How
like
fuck does he care?
you see pictures of him back when he was playing. He just
Oh
kind of
my-
looks like a hockey
Dude,
player.
he's got the look. Him and Sheldon
Like if you
Surrey-
saw him, you'd be like, you play hockey.
Him and Sheldon Surrey walking around the bars in New York.
Oh, they talked about that.
My God.
What'd you say? Somebody went up to Sheldon Surrey and said, "You're the most beautiful man."
Gomer told me. He's out
Was Gomer in like a provocative Instagram post the other day?
Oh, what happened?
Promoting like a beer or something with like no
Provocative.
clothes on and like a wig and
Show
a
me.
mustache.
Show me.
I don't know.
He ain't getting naked in
Find
front
it.
of the camera.
He did.
No, he's not.
It was check out his Instagram.
Gomer ain't getting naked in front of the camera.
Check
No
it out.
way.
Brody will look up.
But anyway,
Scotty
like,
Gomez.
So Jason Arnott and Sheldon Surrey walking into a bar in New York.
It was for Cinco de Mayo. Do you know what that is?
Cinco de
It's
Mayo.
like the 4th of July of.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's actually one of my
Mexico.
favorite holidays.
Me too.
You know why? Can I tell you why?
Oh, because you fell asleep at 5 o'clock that night. Didn't
I
you?
got drunk. All right, yeah, I did. But when I was single,
Mm-hmm.
playing for the Blues, I didn't give a fuck about St. Patty's Day, because there's a bunch of dudes. It's so cold. No one's dressed.
No, that's the first warm day of the year.
Andy,
my allergies really bother me on St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, everybody's like drunk, like dudes swinging dicks everywhere. But once Cinco de Mayo comes around, and you go to that Mexican joint, and the women folk, oh Lord, 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 and they got the sundresses. And when I was playing in St. Louis, Cinco de Mayo was my favorites.
What would you drink, like margaritas?
Oh, I was getting down with it. Not just margaritas. I was just getting down. Oh, look. Oh, Comer. What the fuck are you doing, homie? What the fuck is he doing with that? I know he's doing like the George Costanza thing, but it's like, he doesn't look that bad. I look way worse than him. Although, Gomer, you look fucking terrible. Never mind. What am I thinking? What the fuck is he doing?
Are you evaluating his nakedness?
Gomer, what the fuck? I don't get it.
It's for a beer, I think.
I love him.
Is it a beer or is it a margarita?
I don't know, but I love the guy.
Yeah, all right. Do you celebrate when's Fat Tuesday? Is that today?
I don't know.
I think it's today. It's usually the Tuesday
can I tell you about
after Cinco de Mayo.
So here's why I like Cinco. So the when you're a hockey guy, as all y'all know, except for Andy, when the season's over, it's usually May, and that's your party month.
Yes.
That's when you got your money. You go for a little fucking tan. You get that bullfuck pale ass shit out of you because you're in the grind the whole year.
Which I have right now, by the way.
You shave your fucking beard. You look good. You slick the hair back, and you go to Cinco de Mayo where the women folk are prancing around with their sundresses on. Mm-hmm. You got your aviators looking badass with the boys, getting down with it.
I got you.
Drinking margaritas, doing this, doing
that. We
that.
made guacamole on.
Man.
We made homemade guacamole.
Don't care. Let me tell you more about
Cinco de Mayo.
Just cruising around with the guys, man, knowing that you just have months of nothing to do. Mm-hmm. And that's when all the hot girls come out.
Yeah, I know.
St. Patrick's Day.
But where you live out there, it's not happening.
I'm not going out there for.
That's where you went for margaritas. Where were you?
Oh, I was in Eureka that time. I'm married now. All my people live out there, and I get taken care of. But when I was single,
did you meet up with other people that night or no?
God, yeah.
Oh, you did for Cinco de Mayo.
Everybody, man.
We made homemade nachos too, Cam. That
must have been a fucking blast.
Really good, and margaritas and homemade guacamole as well.
I know that's cute and funny.
I took some over to the neighbors. Yeah.
It's like when you have kids, like the stories aren't that good. It's all the same, you know. They're just all the same. And I love your kids.
I tell you, you're going to have one, dude. And I can't wait for that day. It's the greatest thing that'll ever happen to you.
Is it impotent?
Impotence?
Impotent? My balls don't work. No, I just think I did so much drug abuse to where my sperm's like, I can't do anything.
Okay.
Because Kate's getting it, dude. I don't know.
Okay, is that happening?
I don't know. Is she pregnant? Like, I can't tell. Like, I should tell. She's not very big, you know. I think I'm pathetic in more ways than one. You know, not just my look, but like my wee doesn't work anymore. I don't know what the fuck am I doing. I know. No, it works. Like I can.
Yeah. No. Okay.
It's not doing.
We get it. We get it. And people driving around listening to me right now on a truck they understand what I'm going through right now. Just listening.
With what?
Talking about all this.
With your nachos? I made nachos.
Homemade guacamole.
I mean, that's just not a cool story.
Salt in there, too.
It's just not a cool story, though.
Was that a story?
Well, when you have kids, like I've been doing so much radio with people, when they have to tell me a story about their kids, I'm like, oh,
you can't relate to it.
No, but I was a kid. Like, I'm going to say, my point is, like, it's just the same story.
I did a morning show at a news talk station here in town a few years back, and the boss would be like, I want you guys to tell stories about like your kids and your families that are relatable to the listener, because it's like that was the kind of like news talk format. But the two people that were on the show, like they weren't married and they didn't have kids. So like I would like tell stories about like the weekend or like what's going on with the kids, and like they had no interest.
Well, and it's not cool.
Well, the boss is telling me to do it.
Well, he's an idiot. No one cares about you making a pizza for your kids at night. Like they want to hear it.
Unless it's zero carb life, baby.
100% true.
You know it's true.
But it's like
buffalo style or beef crumble.
It's like they're like, yeah, I did the same thing.
Or you can just get the crust and it's like 100% chicken white meat.
I want to hear about the guys that are going through fucking hardcore shit.
I know.
Or living a hardcore life or something. Not
there's a lot of those.
I went home and I did this for the kids, and the kids were like, they spilled grape juice. And I'm like, me. Like, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Everybody else his kids spilled grape juice. No one cares. Just tell me something cool.
Dude, somebody came and rang the doorbell at my house at like 11:30 at night.
That ain't cool.
I wasn't home.
Oh. Fuck were you at?
It was like the second period of the game at that point.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
These games. So my wife calls me, and she saw the kid like run away with a white hood.
A white hoodie? Uh-oh.
So if anybody saw...
It's the Ku Klux Klan
No,
again.
I'm not saying that. He had a white hooded
well, that's what the news
sweatshirt.
report's going to say.
So
Klan
I'm
member.
just throwing it out there. If anybody spotted him...
Why don't you get a gun then, dude?
Well, who knows? Maybe I have
Get
one.
a gun. Guy's banging on your door.
My
Probably seeing
daughter
if your wife's up.
thinks she knows who it is. See, that's what happens. You get daughters, dude. Like, that's what happens.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
You need a gun, homie.
Oh, God. The little kid, they know, like, they're like, let's go do this, have fun.
Yeah,
whatever.
that ain't no big deal. When they start, like, vandalizing your house, but don't knock
Vandalize?
Yeah,
Dude, I got some
What do you got?
security cameras for that shit.
Oh, you don't. You don't got anything. But I hope you got security cameras.
Dude, I'm getting
They're
hooked
cheap.
up.
They're cheap and easy.
The company that's doing it is like internationally known. They're all over the place. So
You got to have something.
I went to the headquarters. I saw all the computer screens and everything. It's
we need
very sophisticated.
If there's a gun place that wants to sponsor us,
no,
fuck yeah,
not
dude.
coming on this one.
I want more guns.
I
want as many guns.
We
as
are
I
not
can get.
having a gun sponsor.
I want an AR. I want all
Zero
of it.
chance.
I want a new shotgun, and I'm not even like a gun thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like I want it. I just want to keep them.
Yeah.
I want to have I got a badass thing in my basement. I can put all the guns in.
I know.
Put cash in there.
Yeah, okay.
Put my
Yeah, you do that.
whatever. But like I just want that, and I want a bunch of guns.
Okay.
And just have them. And you need one.
I don't know if we're gonna go down that road or not.
Oh, a gun sponsor? Goddamn right. Doc's Guns and Ammo sponsor me.
Well,
on
they
the radio
spend
show.
money, don't they? Yeah.
They do.
Okay.
People are buying guns.
Well, then maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, I want a gun sponsor for
Okay.
sure.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I offending
making
somebody? I'm
me-
like, look, oh God, somebody help Andy. Oh. Meanwhile, our listeners are like, fucking right,
Hey.
Cam. Like, what's up?
What's
You know,
up?
just so.
That's not what they're saying.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They're like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Cam.
Keep
But I did get chirped though.
Reach out to us. Let us know.
I did get chirped though because I said that and I thought it was an intruder and I kind of didn't know what I was doing with the gun. You got to be careful with that stuff. And somebody did chirp me, and he goes, "Cam, you got to." I go, "No doubt, dude. It's not like I want guns." Blah blah blah. No,
Yeah,
no.
right.
I'm fucking like,
Yeah.
I'm very anal about it. Like I don't.
Okay.
The kids come in, just whatever. Like, but I want them. I want them.
All right.
Damn right.
Hair Club brings us the Cam Strick Podcast. You know that. 800-279-7878. 800-279-7878. Cam and Strick is the landing page. It's actually hairclub.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Go there and sign up for your first consultation. From there, you're going to get $250 off.
Damn right, man. It's
You
a
can
good
always
start.
call them, 800-279-7878. There is a solution for all of us. 800-279-7878. Restore, replace, regrow your hair. Do it
man.
today.
It works.
Yes, CarShield and CarShield.com. 800-857-2481. The promo code is what?
Cam.
It'll save you 10%, though, so go ahead and do it. Get that protection. You know you need it. You know you want it. And you never know when shit's going to go down. And if it does, you want to make sure you have that peace of mind. You get that with
Dang right.
CarShield. Say what's up to Steve.
Hi, Steve. What's up, baby?
Say what's up to Nick.
Nick, what up, homeboy?
Say what's up to Beth.
Hey, girl. What's up, girl? Dang. I golf with a dude that knew Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I did,
You
yeah.
told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still picturing the way you banged that drum yesterday, dude.
Was that good?
That was very embarrassing.
Everything I do is embarrassing.
Very
Every fucking
embarrassing.
thing I do is embarrassing. I don't know what to do anymore.
Zero Carb Life Pizza Man. We're telling you about.
So hungry, dude.
Listen, new sponsor. Get that buffalo style or beef crumbles. I'm bringing you guys a bunch next time.
Oh, starving.
Guilt free.
Oh,
But
God.
remember, the Stricky
What?
recipe is to turn the temperature up to 500 and give that little crust a little. Just give it a little olive
it's not
oil.
your thing.
Just
That's
give it a
what you're
little
supposed to
olive
do.
oil brush, Cam. Yeah, you just brush
That's
it
what
a little
you're
bit with a
supposed
little
to do,
olive
homie.
oil.
Yeah, dude, let that get like a little crusty, man.
You don't want to do too much of the olive oil. You just want to brush it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I know.
Like, do you know what I mean by that?
Yes. Damn.
You just give it a little
Act
brush.
like you're fucking like.
and because then you get
discovering
that
things
crisp.
new.
You get that crisp.
Yeah, I know.
You want, and that's what you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn, boy.
The crust is made from only natural, antibiotic-free white chicken breast, olive oil, salt, and our signature spices.
Damn, am I hungry, man?
I wonder if they would use my spices on there
Probably not.
for my barbecue rub that I'm coming out with. I guess it's just going to be called Strick's Barbecue
Yeah,
Rub.
no, don't put my name on that goddamn thing.
Bro, do you want in on this? Brody can get in.
Brody eats.
Brody and Strix.
Yeah, they'll sell off the fucking wazoo.
I'm just going
Right
to put
off
your
the
name
shelf.
on there
No,
anyway,
you're not.
dude.
No, you're not. I'm making my own shit.
I'm going to have a little story on the back of the label.
It's going to all be about me.
Andy came up with this
Yeah, sure.
while sitting in his backyard
No one will buy it.
picking okra with his neighbor, Praveen.
That guy sounds cool. Your whole neighborhood sounds like just one big party.
He's very cool.
Bunch of
Big
fucking
party.
nerds.
Oh, man. Guilt-free, baby. So then you can go to the gym. This is what I do, and I tell people at the gym this all the time. I go to the gym, then I smash the pizzas when I get home.
Who's Jim? Where does he live? You
Full
ain't
of-
going to
full of
goddamn
protein.
Jim. Looking at your arms right
Did
now.
you hear how many grams of protein I said?
How many?
It's 37 grams of protein.
Yeah, well, hey, you get horny.
That's in the
protein.
12-inch, 75 grams in the 12-inch. I'm sorry. 37 grams in the 8-inch, 75 in the... Dude.
Hey, if you eat a lot of protein, man, you get horny, dude. And if you're horny, you're
what?
confident.
Is that what happens?
Damn right, dude. If you're horny, you're confident. Seriously, write that fucking
Wait
down.
a minute.
If you're horny, you're confident. Write it down.
So you think like
Write
most
it down.
confident people are very horny as
Yeah,
well?
man. Yes, they are. You're confident. You're horny. You're like wanting to get
That
things done.
actually is starting to
Yeah.
make a little
Yeah,
bit of
no shit.
sense. Yeah.
Trust me, when I wasn't horny, I wasn't confident.
Frozen pizza comes in buffalo style and beef crumble.
Man, I'm goddamn hungry.
Or you can just get the crust. Zero Carb Life. Get it and get it today. Use that promo code, by the way, Cam and Strick. We got a promo code. That's going to save you money.
Yeah.
Order it online. I want people eating this damn pizza. But again, keep it in there a little extra longer. Just a little brush of olive oil. Just a
Yeah,
little
they know,
brush.
dude.
And turn that temperature up to 500. The BBB, Better Business Bureau, BBB.org. Cam, hundreds of millions of people are going there. Hundreds of millions of companies and everything over the years. 100 years. They've been around.
They've been around for hundreds and hundreds
Say hi
of years.
to
No, yeah.
Natasha.
Hi, girl.
Okay, say hi to Chris.
Hey, Chris.
So if you want to get a review, a real review, because you can't trust a lot of the reviews that you find online. Can you trust those?
Fuck no.
No, you can't trust them at all. So you go to the BBB to get the real shit. These are the real reviews. Hotels, restaurants, car places. Cleaning companies, carpet cleaning.
Anything, dude.
Anything.
Yep. It'll ruin your vacation if you don't go.
If you don't go there,
I know.
yeah, exactly. Do you want to have a good vacation or a bad vacation?
I want a bad vacation.
Well, then don't go to the BBB.
Well, then there you go. No, you got to go there, man. You don't want to get that fucked up hotel with bed bugs.
Could you
and shit.
imagine?
Where like you want to go to a hotel
Yeah.
to like get.
You know who's got
down
great
with-
reviews on
Who?
there? Bellman.
Oh, I bet he does.
Oh, fucking
does
right
he really?
does.
Good
Oh,
for
the
him.
best reviews are on Bellman.com.
The fucking wheel.
I
Is what
know.
he is.
Buick, GMC on
I
one
went
side
that
of the
Buick.
street. And the other side of the street, you got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cam. So you got everything. Those Jeeps are sick. I've been telling you about the Jeeps. Have you seen the new Wagoneer? It's like the size of like a Navigator.
Yeah, I know what it is.
They're very nice on
Quit
the
convince
inside.
me to like things.
They're
I like
very
the
nice
Jeep
on the
Grand
inside.
Cherokee with the shit-kicking engine in it, dude. That's what I like, okay? But the Wagoneer, it's cool for people, man. I
I'm
get it.
thinking
It's
about
just not
getting a V8. So,
That's cool.
yeah, I'm with a 354 horsepower, dude.
Ain't bad.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. 300. I mean, it's okay.
Well,
Not
it's
that bunch.
some of them come with that's like a 5.3 liter. The 6.2 liter, I think,
That's a big
gets up
boy
to
right there.
400 and something
I have more than that.
horsepower.
Those are kind of cool. I don't mind that. I just like the big boy Grand Cherokee.
All I need is the 5.3, dude.
That's what my truck is.
With
to
the
be honest with
22. Is that a 5.3?
you. Yeah, it's a pussy engine.
Is it?
5.3?
Is that a V8?
Yes.
Oh.
But it's got four-wheel drive, and I
Packs a
got
punch,
22s.
dude.
No,
You
it doesn't. It's a weak-ass truck.
Dude, you can tow like 8,700.
I could
pounds.
tow a 23-foot boat pretty
Yeah,
comfortably.
me too.
Okay. No, you can't. But your Vol, you don't even have a trailer hitch on that thing. You don't even have a hitch on the fucking back of that. The point is, I could still carry a boat, but if I wanted something bigger than that, I'd be swirling around all because it's got a tiny engine.
Okay.
But it's a 1500.
Yeah.
It's not a big dog. I get good
You
gas
think
mileage.
you think Arnie's got a boat on Muskoka?
He did. He said
Oh,
he
he's
did.
got one.
Yeah, he said he's
That's a sick-ass
Muskoka.
boat. Yeah.
All of them go up to Muskoka.
Yeah,
I kind of want to.
I need to get to Muskoka.
You gonna go live in Canada? Oh, that's cool.
No, like vacation.
Why would you go vacation in a different country, especially Canada? Why would you go north to vacation?
Really? So you wouldn't go because like right now we're talking
No.
about going to like Banff or something like that.
No,
you
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
do
go to
that.
Canada.
Why, dude?
I just.
I don't
what's the
think
point
it's
of going
shut
across-
down anymore.
What's the point of going through customs when you don't have to? What's the point of it? Going through customs is the biggest pain in the fuck ass
guess you
ever.
gotta have
Not
it
to mention, you go get
passed.
COVID up there, Trudeau's gonna lock you
you're
up for
stuck.
8 weeks.
I know.
His little nerdy fuck
Well,
ass.
well.
Fucking such a.
All right,
pussy.
this has been the Cam Strick Podcast. Again, camandstrick.com. Go to our website and listen, give us that 5-star rating. Give us that like. Give us that comment on
Yeah,
the
baby.
podcast app. And I want to see those. And reach out to us, man, on Instagram, Twitter. My messages are open. Cam's are too.
Oh, these are really open.
Cameos are still on sale.
Clogged.
Cameos are on sale. The discounts are out right now. Yeah. So
anything
you need, you haven't. People stop using it.
Is that what it was?
Now is not the time to invest in Cameo stock. I'll tell you that.
I don't give a shit. I was so excited about it, and then I had tons.
Now nobody's.
I had tons.
And especially after that drum incident, dude, they're not coming anytime soon.
No, there's nothing I do that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's not true. Give yourself a little credit.
I don't know. My hair looks like shit.
That's okay. We're gonna shave that off, or maybe you're gonna get that.
I don't want to shave it.
Next phase of from
just my head looks goofy and stuff. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
I got problems, man.
No, it's all good. Come on, cheer.
Man, my head's goofy looking, man.
Be the happy. I can't end the show. No, because
you guys showed me that picture. My head looks deformed.
Nobody else saw that angle.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
My sideburns look goofy. A bald spot showing.
I
thought I was funny, but I wasn't funny. I don't know. I wore a Bobby jersey. That's all that matters.
That was cool.
That was the only cool thing I did.
Over your suit.
Over my stupid fucking...
Look like you work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, dude.
I wish I did.
That's what it looked like. Like you're like the guy at the front desk. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi. Here's... Well, we have a wagon here for you, and we have this for you over here. Hi, sir.
Yeah. You want to go take a look and walk around it? Oh, man. You see any damage, let me know.
I know, man. I look at him. I hate the way my voice sounds. I hate the way I look.
Oh, my God. That's okay. Hey.
God, damn. I'm wearing suits when I don't need to.
We're going to get Cam doing that again before the playoffs are over.
I'm the fucking... The novelty
act. Clown.
Circus clown. Where's Cam? Where's Cam, the circus clown? Where is he? Go dance, boy. God.
Oh,
damn,
man. Jason Arnott, he's the man, dude. We appreciate him for coming on with us, dude. He was great. Anything to say to Jason, dude?
Man, he's a cool-ass dude.
Yeah.
Cool-ass dude.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get these cats on and we're like, they're going to be cool. This dude was cool. He laughed at everything.
Oh, yeah.
I like people that laugh at everything I say. I love that. And he's one of them. It makes me feel good about myself.
All right. Hope you enjoyed episode number 185, baby, on the Cam Strick Podcast.